Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, South Africa. Sanibonani Mzansi. Yabona ukuthi namhlanje kuyashisa ilanga liphumile lithi bhe. But I hope you're feeling fantastic and also feeling amazing in this very beautiful and sunny morning. It's just that it has a bit of a breeze. So, yabona, when you go outside, don't forget to wear a bit of an extra layer under there. I hope you're feeling fantastic. And obviously, you're still here with me, the host with the most, Afri Berry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter the dun. And we have an amazing jam-packed show for you today. We'll be discussing love. What has Mjolo done to you? Or what are the beautiful things that you can still learn from the love that is filled and is still out there in the world? But before we go into that, we're going to go straight to a news headlines and sports with Mugezi Maimani.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Before we get into the sports and headlines, you know it's a very good morning. And Tuesdays are for choosing. You know that Tuesdays are for choosing. I'm actually going to repeat that throughout the show. And the question is, who are you choosing this Tuesday? And by the way, Afri, you look very good. Good morning to you. And how are you doing, man?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. Are you good, though?
I am very good, by the way, because I have something good for the people. You know, as you can see behind my back, we have the picture of the day, which is the Big Five, right? Mm-hmm. So right here on the Big Five, man, you can see we have a leopard on my side and the buffalo. I have the lion also, and then behind my back, I have an animal that me personally, I can say, you know, it belongs to, you know, the Big Five. Remember that the Big Five is also used as a currency tool in our bank notes, in our cash notes, I mean. So obviously, when we look at the notes, the question is which one, you know, should be on a 200 rand, which one should be on 100 rand, which one should be on a 50 rand, which one should be on a 20 rand and a 10 rand, because currently we know that the leopard is on 200 rands, and then we have the buffalo on 100 rand, a lion on a 50 rand, an elephant on a 20 rand, and a rhino on a 10 rand. So which one of these animals are big? You know, according to the Big Five that we have been given, I mean, it's the question that, you know, I want me and you to have today, you know, discussing the Big Five, guys. Because there's one thing here, you know, in our township that people do. I mean, they calling what you call 10 rand a tiger, right? So I just want to know from you guys, are we actually okay, man? Are we doing things okay? But Afri, let me take it back to you. I just want to ask you a question. How do you feel, you know, calling a 10 rand a tiger?
You know, in all honesty, I've never actually fully thought about it. I think it's just because I got used to the township lingo so much that I never put any thought into why we call it 10 rand a tiger. But my problem is the 200 rand. No wonder it finishes very fast. It's because it's represented by a leopard. It never lasts. It never really lasts.
Indeed, indeed. So, to you who's watching right now, the question is, what will be your order? You know, when you see, you know, the cash notes, how would you put the animals in order? Would you like the elephant be the one in a 200 because, you know, it looks big? Because, and also 200 is, you know, a lot of money, by the way. You know, so how would you put the animals in order? Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use on our comment section. We can't wait to have this show and be with you throughout the show, because Tuesdays are for choose masketela, right? You need to choose who are you choosing on this day and dedicate, you know, them with love and kindness. Let me take it back to you, Afri Berry, and, you know, just let us know what is in store for us.
So we have a very jam-packed show today. We'll be discussing personal finance. What is your take on personal finance? This is something that a lot of people turn to neglect as time goes on, and it's something that we need to start taking ownership for, because let's be honest, the economy is not getting any smoother. Instead, it just keeps on getting a bit rough and more rough. So what are your personal finance triads? What are your personal finance hacks? What do you do to save up on money? what's that one thing that always makes sure that always keeps you in check when you spend money? Guys, do not forget to share it with us on our comments at Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Do not forget the hashtag, right? And tell us, what are your personal finance hacks? What do you do to save money? What do you do to make it last faster? Because like I said, my leopard does not stay for very long. So Mo, on like we have so many things that we're going to talk about. I know that Mo's going to also take us through the love blog, talk about love, its beautiful things and all the paradise that it has to hold. But obviously, before we even get to the news headlines, we're first going to view what the weather and see what's going to be happening in the next coming days. So let's head over to our weather report.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mweketi Maimane, and these are the following news headlines for today. So, and the police battling drug trafficking. Police face major challenges with drug smuggling, SUV thefts, and cyber crimes, making it hard to fight transnational crime. National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola highlighted the sophistication of criminals using methods like cryptocurrency, laundering deepfake technology, and encrypted communication. Masemola emphasized the necessity of international cooperation and unwavering responses as criminals exploit jurisdictional gaps, weak regulation, and corruption. Speaking as a strategic session in Pretoria, he urged decisive, collaborative, and innovative action to combat the growing complexity and staggering scale of these crimes. The next headlines: official clamps down on illegal and non-compliant spaza shops. We will enforce the law to the fullest. These are tough words for illegal shop operators in Nelson Mandela Bay from the Mayoral Committee member of the Public Health. The Metro Police, SAPS, and Border Management Authority were hard at work on Sunday night, cracking down on non-compliant spaza shops and taverns. On the last headline, Eastern Cape healthcare sector in shambles. The healthcare in the Eastern Cape on the verge of collapse. Financial problems faced by the provincial government are to blame for the poor state of healthcare provision. Services had to be downgraded from hospitals to clinics, but the department is refuting these claims. Ngamakwe Hospital has been described as the death trap, as residents say it does not inspire confidence. That's all for news headline. Now heading to the sports news. Benny McCarthy, former Bafana Bafana striker, is the new head coach of Kenya, as announced by the Football Kenya Federation, the FKF. McCarthy previously served as a first-team coach at Manchester United. He will be joined by Vasily Manusakis, assistant coach, and Munib Joseph as the goalkeeping coach. FKF President Hussein Mohammed stated McCarthy was right, the person for the job. In the women rugby, Box Women Sevens storm into Challenger semi-finals with an unbeaten run. The Springbok Women Sevens topped Pool A at the World Rugby HSBC, the Challenger in Cape Town, beating Hong Kong, China 36-0 and Zesnia 26-0. They will face Kenya in the semi-finals on Sunday. South Africa's victories showed a strong early form, promising a good performance in the semi-finals. On the football news, Man City's Rodri is back in training after ACL injury. Ballon d'Or winner Rodri has returned to individual training with Manchester City after an ACL injury in September. Initially expected to miss the rest of the season, Rodri is seen participating in drills aiming to return for the Club World Cup on June 18th. His absence has impacted City, now has 20 points behind Liverpool and out of Champions League, and Guardiola emphasizes caution in Rodri's recovery. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates and analysis throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Boketi Baimane. Stay tuned for more as I'm going to come back with your traffic update. Now, this is your weather update for the morning. Morning Mzansi, here's your latest traffic update. There's a stationary vehicle on N12 westbound on Benoni before the Atlas Road off-ramp. One of the 4 lanes is closed. There's a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound in Benoni after the Putfontein on ramp. The emergency lane is closed. There's also a stationary vehicle on N1 southbound in Centurion at Rechel Avenue. The emergency lane is from Rechel Drive M9 R50 is closed. There's a congestion on N1 southbound in Midrand before the Olifantsfontein Road off-ramp of R62. There's a congestion on the N4 westbound in Pretoria at Prophet Plus interchange. The ramp from Watermeer Street M14 is affected. Stay tuned. that's all for now. So we're going to come back for more, and it is Tuesday. We've got a jam-packed show for you. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use on YouTube.
Well, yeah, Shopping Blossom maybe. Yes. Wow! You wish it was you.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my TC Shabanana Wakabazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manelin Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Boogie, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, you stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
First, we've got TC Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, when from school,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, sir.
I thought you had to leave that.
All right, 25 minutes till we hit 8 o'clock, and you're watching the Vooka Breakfast Show with me, Mwiketi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. So I'm not alone, of course. I'm with my beautiful people right here. When we started the show, we started by giving you your latest news headlines, sports headlines, and your traffic update. So please do make sure that you stay with us as we're going to be coming back with more updates on the top of the hour. I'm with my team right here, which is Musi Mist and Afriberry. Good morning, guys, and how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mo. How you doing?
I am absolutely okay, man. It's Tuesday. Tuesdays are for choosing people, by the way. It's Choose Mars Ketela. I can't wait for the section and the segment of the Love Blog, right? So what I'm going to do right now is to tune in and cue people in on what we're going to have today. Because today is a Tuesday that is full of what I call personal finance, because finance is the most important thing that one individual can go through on a daily basis. But before I go in, Musi man, good morning, and how are you doing?
Hey, Mr. Mo, how's it going, my brother?
I am good. I'm good.
Cool
I'm
stuff,
good.
cool
man.
stuff, man. I'm excited. I'm excited as usual for today's show, and I can't wait to get into it, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ke a go dumedisa, ke bua le wena, wena yo reditseng, le yo shebeletseng from wherever you are tuned in from. Welcome, welcome, welcome to what promises to be your favorite rendezvous every weekday morning, Monday to Friday. We will be taking such good care of you right here on Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, as usual, you'll always be hanging with me or hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mr. My name is Musi Mr. And I couldn't be happier to be in your company, man. So by all means, do get in touch with us and hang out with us and interact with us across all our social media platforms. We go by Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I, and of course the rest of the team on the table, can get in touch and interact and connect and, you know, all these great things. Man, I promise you we have such a jam-packed show for you. Tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend. Tell everyone. Shout it out to the world. Share it as far and as wide as you can so that everyone can join in on this fun. Like Mo said, we are going to have such an amazing time today. It's choose is Ketel or is Ketel?
Choose Maskete.
Choose Maskete on a Tuesday.
Okhetha
Okay,
umthandayo.
Mthandayo on a Tuesday. I remember you mentioned that last week, and the
Yeah.
girls were like, kanti yamthanda le ntombazane. Remember, there's a girl that she mentioned. Yeah, man. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it. And of course, as per usual here on Vooka, we have such a jam-packed show for you. We obviously want to hear all your thoughts and your opinions and share everything else in between, man. So yeah, and the hashtag, of course, is Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, definitely. Just
Yes,
got my
sir.
groove back, man. Because for a minute I was lost.
You
man.
were unsettled. I saw you. I see you.
definitely.
I see
So
you. I
obviously,
see you.
going back to the headlines that we got on the top of the hour, there's another one that is very concerning for the citizens of South Africa, which is police battling drug trafficking, cybercrime, and car
Car
theft.
theft, yes, sir.
Remember, we were speaking about the
Cybercrime
e-government
yesterday.
thing.
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
e-government thing. So it is quite becoming a huge problem because now information people, is under threat.
Mm.
And we know that right now, in terms of car theft, the technology is becoming advanced in cars.
Oh,
And
yes.
now, the crimes that are being solved are becoming difficult day by day
Mm.
because we are not that technologically advanced, if I can tell you.
I mean, this is what I was asking yesterday, Mo. I get the fact that the government is fueling so much money into e-government, right? And all things, that have to do with e-government. And obviously, if you look back on yesterday's show, you'll see that we defined what e-government is and what it has to do with everything and all of those kinds of things, right? But my question yesterday was, and it's still my question today, as much as we're fueling and trying to invest in it so much so, are we playing at a level, at an international level, at all these Western countries, the level that all these Western countries are playing at? Are we able to secure people's personal information on that level and like secure it like that, intensely like that? You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's one thing trying to improve it and have people, buy into it and play into it and have all your devices connected and secure your information but is the government taking the necessary precautions and measures to make sure that people's information is concealed and secure at all times so that when we face such things, when people... Guys, crime is everywhere. Cybercrime is an actual thing. Even these Western countries also battle with it to a certain extent. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, I'm not sure. I don't know about it, man. But maybe it's something that we really need to look into and delve and dive deeper into it and find the necessary information. And hopefully, maybe if we can, try to find someone who can come to studio and educate us even more than what we have, because there's only so much information and research that we can do as a team right here. So, and now what it speaks to or what it contributes towards is that from cybercrime, having someone's personal information, it means you can also interject within their personal life. Now, where the kids go to school, where the husband works, and all of these personal, very, very personal information that now starts involving the entire family. And it means you know how the person maneuvers, how they move, how they shift, their day-to-day life, what it looks like on a Tuesday morning like this. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And now it begs you can be infiltrated financially, so personally, so even physically you can be in danger. Motho wa itse gore ke a itse gore mo a qala e 6 o'clock tla ba le ko Vooka breakfast show. Wa understand? It means I can follow you and your life essentially to a certain extent can be in danger. So the government really needs to look into that, man. And I don't know. What do you think?
Definitely, man, because organized crime is becoming a very huge
thing. Yes, definitely.
Because, Police Commissioner Fanima Semola was speaking at the Transnational Organized Crime Strategic Planning, in terms of dealing with the drug smuggling in the country, because it has been a very huge problem, even human trafficking. So now, in terms of the budget allocation to fight these crimes, it has been a problem. We have the budget that has been postponed. And now we have a high organized crime happening in our country. So as much as this budget can't be allocated at the right times, I mean, the Minister of the Correctional Services came forward that while we are, delaying this budget, a lot of things are going to happen. prisons are going to be congested. They're going to be, overpopulated.
Overpopulation in
and now,
our prisons.
Yes,
yeah,
we can't, accommodate every
Everyone,
prisoner.
yeah,
So some
yeah.
of the people have to
Yeah.
be let go. Parole needs to be tempered with so that people, can, just buy half full space
Like
on the prisons.
it now contributes to the thing of measuring what crime is more punishable. One understand. Whenever it's a petty crime, man, ne re go file 2 years, re tla go ntsha in the next 6 months to make way for all these bigger and more punishable crimes. And at the end of the day, it compromises the larger society.
True.
One understand, because we're letting out. It's like the which devil is more. Is better, I guess, for lack of a better term. One understand, like, are we letting go of this one because this one is worse? Yeah, mara, what will the person do? Like, there's a whole lot of things that are contributing factors and variables that come into play. And but the biggest one that I can think of is that the larger society is at risk, whether someone committed a small crime, a petty crime or not. The fact is you are a criminal and you are in prison for a reason. But we love getting to such things, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. But as per usual, as a culture, you mentioned it yesterday more, as a tradition here on Vooka Breakfast Show, every time after we start, we have spoken about one of the headlines that made the news this morning. We always move on to what's happening in history or what happened in history on this day. And it's very educational and it's very fun finding out all of these things that have happened. So without any further ado, Mo, let me go to you first, my brother.
Yeah.
What do you have for us today?
So in history, man, historical events are always happening, and it's quite frank that we can't find anything that happened in our country.
Yes.
It
Yes.
always linked with the apartheid.
Yes, yes,
But there's an
mostly.
interesting one that I want us to go through, which is the birthdays. We're going to find out who the birthday among today. One of the legends.
I mean, it's the one that I mentioned yesterday.
Yeah,
The one I mentioned yesterday. Miriam
Yeah.
Makeba
Yes,
was
definitely.
born in 1932.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this day,
yeah.
and she was born in Johannesburg. And like I said yesterday, she is. If I can find it very quickly here, she is. What it says here is that. Miriam Makeba is the first internationally famous African artist who was born in Johannesburg on this day, the 4th of March in 1932. Amazing songstress, man. Guys, that lady is like...
There's also something I found out, Nick, and
Okay.
I want you to correct me because Barre Miriam Makeba was 50 years older than Hugh Masekela.
Let's find out how old Hugh
Wabo.
Masekela was.
70 years older than Hugh Masekela.
7 years. 50 years.
We'll start with the history on what is happening.
Okay.
What
We'll
what's
come back
because,
to it. What happened in history today?
Obviously, right here on the Southern Africa, we have an interesting one that includes Robert Mugabe. In 1980,
Yes.
the 4th of
Was
March.
elected the premier.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Robert Mugabe became the Prime Minister of
yes,
Zimbabwe.
Yes, sir. The
And
first
then-
black prime minister.
The first black
Yes, sir.
prime minister. And then in 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt was inaugurated as the 32nd president of the United States, famously declaring, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself."
Wow, that's such a cool one. That's a very cool one. Do you have anything else Mo,
Nah,
on your
no,
side?
those are
Nothing
the
else.
only two.
But the ones that I have here, in 1974, People magazine was launched on this day, the 4th of March. That's in 1974. And then I think one that people might find interesting or a bit controversial, in 2005, not so long ago, now, nje, setse re fetsa ho tsala rona bo Musi, ne ke na le 5 years. By the way, in 2005.
2005?
Yes, I was 5 years because I was born in 2000.
Wow.
Right? Martha Stewart was released from prison on this day. I don't know if people know who Martha Stewart is, but Martha Stewart is an American actress.
I definitely
You know,
know who Martha
Martha
Stewart
Stewart
is.
is, yeah,
If you've
man.
seen Snoop Dogg
Yes, you know
and
that.
the cooking show, then you know who Martha
Yes.
is. Like, she's now a full-blown stoner.
So Martha Stewart was released from prison in 2005. And then in 1861, Mo, just like you mentioned, the inauguration of Roosevelt, President Roosevelt.
Yeah.
In 1861, Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated into presidency as the president of America in 1861. And then something very cool about this day is that it is Employee Appreciation Day today on the 4th of March. So if you
Please
know that
repeat
you
that.
have employees under you, you need to desperately appreciate them today, because it is Employee Appreciation Day. Such cool stuff.
We need to be appreciated, employer.
Absolutely. And then the last one is that, Mo, in the year 2000, the 14th Soul Train Awards took place, and amongst the winners were people like Prince, Whitney Houston, DMX, and Mary J. Blige. I'll repeat that for the last time. In the year 2000, on the 4th of March, the 14th Soul Train Awards took place, and some of the winners included Prince, Whitney Houston, DMX, and Mary J. Blige. Such amazing stuff, man. I found that very, very, very interesting, man. So, we always try to bring you like the greatest information, and information that you'll find very informative and knowledgeable and interesting, of course. And we try to find things that will pique your interest and just spark your mind. So I hope you enjoyed some of those things that happened or that occurred in history on this day, the 4th of March. The biggest one for me that stands out is Employee Appreciation Day. You are either an employee or an employer.
Yeah.
But you need to appreciate all those who are under your employment. So very cool stuff, Mo.
Very cool stuff, man. You know that after today in history, what we're going to do is move to the word of the day.
Word of the day. I'm interested.
Because
I'm looking
words
forward.
play an important role in our lives.
Yes,
we
sir.
use them each and every day.
On a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis,
Yes,
man.
sir.
If you can't use words, use your hands. Not in a bad way, though. Of sign language,
No,
guys.
I'm
What
not
are you
laughing.
thinking?
No, I'm
Kanti?
not laughing. I'm sorry. I'm not
Yeah.
laughing.
So our word of the day is resilience.
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 Yes, sir.
Resilience is spelled as follow: RESS.
Us. No. Wake up, Vooka, Baba, Vooka.
R.E..
R.E.S. Never. Eu never read.
Resilience is RESILIENCE.
Yes,
That's
sir.
resilience. So the definition of resilience is the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions, challenges, or setbacks. The definition: to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions, challenges, or setbacks. If we can use it in an example, despite facing numerous obstacles, the team showed remarkable resilience and perseverance to achieve their goals.
Such
So
cool stuff.
that is the word of the day we're going to use, because
Resilience.
Tuesday is a very, very tough day, by the way.
Why do you say
know.
that?
Because the people that we need to choose, are people that sometimes we hate, so that we can spread love to them. Whatever that energy they give to you, you need to be resilient with
Okay.
it.
Ah,
Persevere.
okay, I
Understand
see
that?
you, I
You need
see
to
you.
persevere through the difficult situation.
So that
guys.
it doesn't
People are-
shake you.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
shake you.
I see
People are
you,
going
Mo.
through a lot,
I
right?
see you.
So you need to be resilient in
Yeah,
everything
and
that you do.
persevere.
Persevere.
Come on, my bro.
Understand?
Come on. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's the word that is used mostly emshadweni, in the marriage. Ukubekezela, ukunyamezela.
So you need to be.
persevere, mntanami.
Are you saying that when you're in a marriage,
Yeah.
you need to be resilient
And
Yeah.
persevere.
so that you can persevere?
Yeah.
Yes.
I see you, Mo.
Yeah.
I see you.
How
And
I-
kumele wenzeni uchoose umuntu alright ngoba siyazikhethela on a Tuesday, right?
No, you must choose wrong so that you can
I
persevere.
never. Artlogele.
I can see you are nodding there. I can see you are nodding.
No,
What are
I'm
you
okay.
nodding to?
And I got in a marriage, yes, you do need resilience. Because I get otherwise, I get that's why we women are so resilient and so fast.
It's in you,
It's in
guys.
us. Yeah, no salona ba nna le tepa. O ka re bone wa bone monna ma bona tshaba injection. Rona ra emela. It's the resilience we have.
There's a difference. There's phobia and resilience. You can't compare the two.
Yeah,
Being
yeah.
resilient and having a phobia
Are two
it
different
doesn't
things.
mean you must persevere.
But that was not phobia. That was a man being a baby.
No, man. No
Yeah,
man
it
can be a
was.
baby, man. But guys, anyway, man, happy Tuesday today. Focus on building your resilience. Life can be unpredictable, but with determination and a strong mindset, you can overcome any obstacle. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Keep pushing forward and stay resilient. Speaking of birthdays, guys, I'm a younging, man. You know, Bo Miriam Makeba, it's people that I see on magazines. Don't laugh, man. It's people that I see on magazines. But yeah, sakutuga.
Nanti pata pata.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Miriam Makeba birth date 4 March 1932 was a South African singer and civil rights activist. Grammy for Best Ethnic and Traditional Folk Recording in 1956. Did you know that?
Yeah.
She was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, known as Mama Africa. The husband was Hugh Masekela. Eish.
50 years more.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to
Yes,
mention, Mona,
yes.
I'm trying to find the thing here that I wrote down. But anyway, what I wanted to mention about the generation, because it doesn't make sense that you would say that Miriam was 50 years older than Hugh, because the generation or the musicians of that time, of that generation, they were the pioneers of the genre in South Africa, the subgenre in jazz, in South African jazz called Marabi. And so Marabi, when you think of songs, go Marabi, it's songs like that. It's things like that. And they were the pioneers of that genre in South African jazz music. And so it doesn't make sense how, she was 50 years older, because they were part of the same generation, and as a musician myself, as an artistic practitioner myself, those are the people I look up to as a jazz practitioner myself. Those are some of the people we look up to, people who took South African jazz and put it out into the world, man. So such amazing stuff, man. And Marabi is still, for me, still plays a huge role, man, in my own musicianship. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. Touching on that, man, I want us, to look at it later, because this sparks a conversation in the internet about the age gap. So the question of the day is, do you think for both men and women, if unmarried at a mature age, date younger, like women at age 50 unmarried will date younger?
A younger guy.
Right?
Interesting. Can't wait to get into it later.
Definitely. We're going to be discussing it as we are going to be, choosing our loved ones. It's, Tuesdays are for lovers, by the way. So we're going to come
Sunday
back
for
with...
lovers?
Yeah?
Isn't Sunday
Sundays
for
are for church, guys. Sundays are for church. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Do you have any other birthdays?
Any other birthdays?
I
No.
do.
Do you?
It's Brooklyn Beckham's birthday. When I was David Beckham.
Oh, okay.
He's turning 25.
Happy
And
birthday
there's
to
also another famous TikToker influencer by the name of Tyre Ricci. He's turning 27. So he's known for going out there in the streets and finding more about pop culture and also giving out freebies.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Very
Happy
cool stuff.
birthday
Very cool
to
stuff.
him. Kimang?
Brooklyn Beckham and Tyre Ricci.
Happy birthday to everyone who's also growing up.
And the last one,
today,
more.
man.
We can't leave the birthdays without giving a huge shout out, a huge belated birthday shout out to our station manager, the one and only Lyric Banana, man, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. And man, like an amazing guy who's doing so much for us here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. And I hope he really enjoyed his day yesterday. Of course, we were with him right here in studio, but for the rest of the week, we are looking forward to having an amazing weekend, closing it off, for closing his birth week with a bang on Friday. And we're going to have such an amazing time. Maybe we can cook up something Nyana for him, surprising Nyana, we don't know, between ourselves and you, and also from wherever you're tuned in from. So, yeah, man, huge belated birthday.
I'm waiting for the cake.
Lyric Banele, yes, sir.
Yeah, while we don't have the present, he must stay resilient.
Yes, and persevere through the week.
Yeah, persevere through the week, man,
Yeah.
because more blessings are coming to you. 2
His
minutes
way,
till we hit
definitely.
8 o'clock. You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So right now, let me go to my socials and see who do I have.
I was about to ask Mo, what's happening today? Our people not knocking. Mami Sekala, Semamikalane, Refile Rasekhanso, Bo TK, Bo Itumelendiale. Like I was wondering where those people are this morning.
Yeah, definitely they will be joining.
Yeah.
Right? I hope that they got the notification. Hore, we are now live and alive. Coming live right here in the heart of Johannesburg is Soweto Dobsonville. So, Refile Rasekhanso our hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My way of saving money is by borrowing someone. Then when I'm broke, I collect. Because honestly, I can't save. But it's something that we're going to be getting deep into after the break. Your personal finance matter to us. So, Dula le Rona, Retla Dula le Wena. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. There is your weather update for today.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Dobsonville. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my plan. CC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Bugile, we are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
gonna give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes,
Well, yeah, shopping blossom maybe. Yes.
Wow.
All right, 3 minutes past the 8. You are tuned with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. We are Vooka Breakfast Show on each and every social media platform, and the hashtag to use right there on YouTube is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I'm not alone. I am with Afri Berry Blaze and MOOCEE Mist right here in the studio, giving you a jam-packed show. Please do make sure that you stay with us as now we're going to dive deep into your personal finance. After, we are going to be looking also into your love blogs. We're going to be looking into your health and fitness. We are also care about you with the public affairs, because the affairs that are happening in public, they matter to you as a South African citizen. So right now we are on this segment that is sensitive to most of us as South Africans. Personal finance. People misusing funds, people not using money the way it needs to be used. A lot of families are suffering because we have irresponsible adults in the households. So Afri Berry, what do you have for us, man, in terms of personal finance? Yeah.
I am one of those irresponsible adults in the household.
Yeah, take us through. Rowena, what are you irresponsible with?
For me, I think it's so I live with little minions at home, ne? The bambinos. So, because half the time I barely have money.
All right, apologies with that. We just had, a technical error. We just fix it and we are back. I hope you can see us right there at home. Stay tuned for more, as we're going to have a very beautiful conversation regarding the personal finance.
Yeah.
Right. Before, so that I can get people prepped with it, I have Razilane Richidze on YouTube at hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Morning, Afri. You my favorite, by the way, but I can't wait to hear which ways I can save. Right. Yeah, she's going to be giving you some of the tips, regarding the personal finance, because Ratseba Hore, it's a sensitive topic to most households. So, what do you have for us, man? Before the break, it cut off.
Okay, sorry about that, right, guys? So as Mo said, we did have a technical glitch over there. As I was saying, so for me, when it comes to personal finance, it's something that I also struggle with, right? But one thing that I've found a bit more easier is using your investment options in banks. So there are some banks in South Africa that offer you an option on actually investing. So I don't know if I can mention this bank, right? Can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so producer said no. So there's a certain bank in South Africa, right? So this certain bank has a system that is built for investing or saving up money. And you can start as little as 50 Rand per month.
Okay.
And then you can either have an option of whether you can withdraw your finances or your savings within a year or even 3 years. And so far, I do have personal finance issues, but that has been my winger at this moment in terms of saving. So
Yeah.
I'd also consider people to actually consider that and look at different options that banks have. And as people know that, we all know that the piggy bank trend is still going on. If you do not want to have your money saved up in a bank, you can always invest in a piggy bank. Come December, we pop it open.
Yeah. So I want you to take me through the personal experience on Alenyona, because sometimes it feels at home when you speak about the story that we most relate to, right? So take us through, what were the challenges that you had regarding your financial education?
So I think for me, most of my problems regarding finance is the fact that you could some way say that I'm the breadwinner. So most of the time, almost everything financially depends on me. that's the bambinos, that's the food at home, and sometimes you know African parents speaking to them and explaining to them that okay, as much as we know gore go thata dilo di no palo tlhakane mare go beya 50 ranta kgotsa 20 ranta ko lesaeteng it's a problem as bothata. They don't listen, hence I decided to take the investment option that I told you about and decided to put money away on my personal level, because in the end it is going to help me to help them. So if I don't stand up and actually take that stand, then we're just going to end up nowhere.
Yeah, because Musa, I don't know if you had when your experiences. I heard you, Hore, you can invest with this bank ka 50 rand. But now coming to this thing of investment, we have seen, programs like I Blew It, you would get your road accident fund, 1 point something million out. And then you're like, you know what, let me invest 500,000.
Within a year, save it.
Then kwena o latelang batho ba investment right now. You go behind the back, you want the money because now the money that you had, you misused it. So I think it has to go deep within on how, personal finance education and the finance literacy in this country
that we have. Yes, so those are some of the things that I wanted to pick up on as Afriperu was mentioning, some of the struggles that she has. And I think, you're not the only one, Afriperu. I think a whole lot of us in society, and I don't even think that it's a racial thing, but to some extent one could argue perhaps the black society is not as clued up as our white counterparts are when it comes to financial literacy, more that, like you mentioned, and financial education. And what it speaks to for me, it speaks to the level of education that is provided for us at an early stage. We understand at an ECD stage, where are we educated with regards to what finances are and how things should be when it comes to managing your personal finances. Things that come into play or contributing factors and variables is that, firstly, are you someone who's employable? If you are and you are able to, tap into the job market and be someone who is in the job market, how much are you earning? How much are you worth to the company? Well, for the most part, there aren't too many people who can say or safely say that, take away Yaga after deductions, I have 9 to 10,000. We understand. So the salary that you get, or the wages, or the stipend, or whatever you earn at whatever time, because not everyone earns at the end of the month, will speak to how you manage your personal finances as an individual in the job market, in society, right? And then the other thing is that you as an individual, how disciplined are you? When individual, how disciplined are you? You just mentioned it, people and then a year later that 1 point something million is gone.
Yeah.
Well, understand. So it speaks to the discipline that you might have as an individual. So, the things that I found out is that personal finance is, there's things like the 7 steps of financial planning. And these include, asset risk, analyze cost flow, protect your assets, and evaluate your investment strategy. Consider estate planning. These are some of the things that are fundamental that we should be taught in school. The other ones are that implement and monitor your decisions. And of course, the last one is establish your goals. So these are some of the things that you can look into as an individual, despite your earnings at whatever time that you get money or you have something coming into your bank account. And then the other ones that I found out more is there are 5 C's that you can consider as financial literacy, or include them as part of your financial literacy and your financial education. And these include character, capacity, capital, collateral, and of course conditions. We understand. Of course, we can. We'll dive a bit deeper into those as the weeks go on, because these are things that we'll be talking about, like I said the last time, on a Tuesday basis every week. So these are some of the things that you can look into. And the last things that I have here more with me is that you can, of course, look into how you can manage your money wisely, and very quickly trying to look into it is that one of the things you can do is create a budget. Create a budget for yourself, no matter how much you earn as an individual, right? Create a budget for yourself, and making a budget is the first and the most important step of money management. We understand, and like Afriperi said, I think a lot of people can attest or agree with Afriperi. The little that you earn or the little that you get at whatever point in time, in more than most cases, almost immediately, it needs to go out. We understand. So creating a budget, looking at your needs, looking at your I see needs, Ghana, what's the other word? The equivalent to needs, but your priorities, yes, looking at your priorities as an individual. Like you said, Afriperi, are you a breadwinner at home? Are you someone that you have more than one person that you're responsible for? So those are some of the things you can look into. The other ones is that save first, spend later, right? Set financial goals for yourself. Start investing early. 50 rand Afriperi. As little as 50 rand, start investing early. We can laugh and make jokes about it, but a piggy bank can also be a viable thing that you can do. Kenya 5 rand from time to time. Slot in that 10 rand on loan. You don't know what to do with. The other ones, in closure very quickly is avoid debt as much as you can. Avoid debt as much as you can and save early. The last one is ensure protection against emergencies. So these are some of the things that we can try looking into more as including them or as having them as part of our financial education and literacy moving forward, especially as adults in the job market and in society in large, or at large.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that most people face, and I know that a lot of people can attest to this, is being an impulsive spender.
Oh, yes.
Are you guys impulsive spenders?
I can be from time to time. I can be.
Oh, I learned how to be stingy. They even know at home. I will say I don't have money, even when I have money, because I know that whatever money I have is going to be used for something way more important than what is required at that moment.
So let me say you get 50,000 at 8. How much are you going to come back with?
At night, yeah.
I'll probably come back with 45,000.
45, eh?
No, seriously, because I already know. I'm already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
First of all, the year is literally just starting.
Yeah.
So if I spend 50K right now, what on earth am I going to spend it on? What about the upcoming months?
But because impulsive spending, it speaks to where you are, because impulsive speaks to when you are next to Burger King, you are next to a Gucci store. Right now, because there's nothing here. What can you buy here? So let us put you in a mall in Sentin, Mandela Square, and give you 50K and see if you can come back with the 45,000.
One of the things
I'll probably spend half of it on food.
One of the things that grocery stores do more, in closure, very quickly, and these are some of the things that we need to be aware of and wary of as consumers, in society, is that, like you just said, you've done some of the things that I mentioned, right? Like spending, saving first and spending and making a budget and, preferences, priorities, and the goals and all of those things. One of the things that grocery stores do is that all the essentials that we need on a day-to-day basis as people in society, they put them at the back of the shop. So day-to-day food items, clothings, and all of those things. And then out of patala go tilling, because you've budgeted and you've set your goals. Right?
Yeah.
Things that you don't need: sweets, chips, snacks, cold drinks. All those things. So these are some of the things we should look into. And it's a strategy for you to spend even more than you had intended as an individual coming into the shop. So these are some of the things, maybe more moving forward, we can also try look into in trying to educate the people who are watching and listening at home.
Yeah.
Spend wisely. Save first and spend later.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, before Kwalane,
Yes.
something that Steve Harvey once said, I was an audience member at one of his shows. So, Barry, when you go into a shop with a U. When I say with a U, it's because all of the important essentials that you need to survive and you need the most are on the outside shelves. So if you walk straight in the middle shelves, that's where you're going to spoil most of your money. So when you shop, rather start at the far end, round with a U,
In a U
and
shape,
that you
creating a
grab
U shape.
everything essential.
Yeah.
And after that, you can go to your middle center.
Definitely.
Oh,
All right,
man.
guys. In 19 minutes past 8, it is the time, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. The hashtag to use is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. What I'm going to do right now is to take a short break, and then when you come back, we're going to be looking at what is trending right now on our social media platforms. For right now, let me give you your weather to get you prepped for the day. 22 minutes past 8, and you're still watching and tuned into the Vooka Breakfast Show with me, Mweketi Maimane, Afriberry, and Musi Mist. Before the break, we were discussing personal finance, a subject that concerns most of the South African citizens and, people who are mainly find themselves as victims of impulsive spending. So it is very important each and every day and weekly go through your finance goals. Financial goals are important in your life. Do not become a money spender, right? So what we're going to do right now is to hop on into what is trending on our social media and what has been trending. It's something that I want to discuss. A lot of people don't watch Big Brother, right? But it has been on our socials each and every day. So nake batla ho tseba from you guys hore, the conversation that two people can spark with a Big Brother. What do you think? What's the first thing they're going to speak about when Big Brother comes up as a subject?
What do you mean spark?
A conversation, controversial conversations.
When Big Brother is brought up as a discussion or as a topic.
Yeah, what is it that you think about? Obviously, yes, contestants, Baba Kenya Kontlung, whatever, shake and
that house. I mean, firstly, Big Brother is a reality show, right? So for me, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And the reason that comes to mind is that not this season, but the previous season, Yabo, Mac Jr., Makeke, Bo, Zintle Mofokeng, and all of those people. That's the Big Brother Mzansi season that I followed very closely. And so the reason that comes to mind first is that there was quite a few people more who asked me, why did I not audition for that season?
Yeah, you would be a
know?
very good candidate for that.
I guess I can understand why people would ask me that. But yeah, it's for me the response that I gave to a lot of people who asked me, Musi, why didn't you audition? Is that it's too personal for my liking. No, not too personal, man. It's too realistic.
Yeah.
Like it's on a day-to-day basis. Well, understand, as opposed to having those episodes that you wait for a week or one. Maybe on a Tuesday, and then you have to wait next week Tuesday for another episode, and then the other Tuesday for another episode. This one is like day to day, 3 months, every day, all day. People are watching you, and then there's activities and there's eliminations and there's backstabbings and there's just a whole lot that comes. It's psychological more than it is anything else. You're a psychological game. When you're in that house and you're cut off from the entire world and get to the man say, no, I couldn't. So, but that's the one thing that comes to mind. It's reality TV, too realistic for my liking. And then the other one is, I guess, interesting and intriguing.
True.
For me, it exposes quite a lot of people as to how you manage different people but strangers' psyches and behaviors and being confined in a small space for extended periods of time. Well, understand that. And so for me, that's what comes to play, man. It was lame, man. Know when to have fun. Know when 5 W's and an H. What, where, when, why, how, and who. Well, man, that's what comes to mind for me. Like playing the game.
Yeah, it's a game, I think.
It's a game, man.
Yeah.
And it's psychological more than it is anything else.
Yeah,
because
what I picked up now, along the years with
Yes,
Big
sir.
Brother, because right now it's season 25. So I've seen it's a social experiment.
Definitely
at
it is.
country,
Yes, it is. It is.
And you are put in a situation whereby you have to choose, with the people that you have connected with and with the people that you have came into the house with.
Yeah.
You understand? So the social experiment that is being done, it actually, give people that, go ahead to say, vote for your favorite person and tell us why you're voting
Based
for
on
this
what?
certain
Yeah,
person. Because
yeah.
right now we are looking at people that when they come out of that house, they will represent themselves as idols to the people who have been watching them each and every day. Wabo. So I think for me on my side, it's a very good one because you've seen a lot of people getting gigs because, they were in Big Brother. Wabo. So this initiative, it's a very good one. It's a very good one. And I think Sowetan's, they need, yabona, for like 17 months. Like we're going to see a lot of drama there. We're going to see a lot of drama. Because the experiments, you would find yourself doing your deep self-introspection.
Yes.
Because people, when they're being asked a question, okay, please describe yourself in one word. Oh, I'm a loving person. Until there's a decision whereby you have to choose between your friends and the people that you've just met today.
Yeah.
Wabo.
And, I think it exposes for me, it exposes things like one's reasoning capacity, emotional intelligence, self-emotional awareness. It exposes thought process because you're literally by yourself in a house full of people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? For the most part, you're by yourself, but you're in a house full of people and strangers, essentially, And like you say, Mo, like we always think we're so aware of ourselves individually until we are put in situations or we find ourselves in circumstances where you need to describe yourself thoroughly. So, Mo, tell us why you deserve to be here. Actually, I don't know who I am. Yesterday we were talking about people who struggle with being by themselves.
Yeah.
Always wanting to be in company and be around people and have people around them and understand. Because it's true, man. People struggle to be by themselves. And so it speaks to quite a few things for you know, and also you're exposed. But at the same time, you need to play the game. You need to play the game. Or understand, no, people, you're vying for votes. You're literally fighting for your life. People need to like you. You need to be relatable. We understand. Are you gonna get there and be snobbish, or are you gonna get there and be too gassy for people's liking and palates?
But recently, man, it seems like you are the least favorite person.
I mean, you know, because for me, it's
when you are nice, because we had Temba on the last season, you know. Temba, you know, was full of rage. You know, Temba would just.
I think it's the second last season.
Because it's that guy, you know, Rata Guasi Zulu. So when he gets angry, guys like, hey, I sugar. People love that. People love that because right now we have both Ashley Ogle and Sweet Guluva, Woko Big Brother. So people love that because now they are bridging the gap of diversity. So Sweet Guluva hates speaking English, but Ogle is a colored girl.
Okay.
And they both have this thing, you know, Gabon. And it that's why Mzansi has seen something, or you know what, these people with their characters, how is it possible for these two to actually become together? Because they have actually sweetened up, you know, South Africa. It's what people like, man. It's what people want to see. And Elena, I'm struggling to understand, or guys, man, what is this game actually? Because it's interesting. It's very interesting.
It's basically, you know, if you've watched Game of Thrones and you've seen how people analyze the strategy and how sometimes you literally need to be a backstabber in order for you to come out on top. That's what it is. So basically, Big Brother, Survivor. So if you've seen Survivor, the only difference with Big Brother and Survivor is that the other show is they're literally surviving on luxury, and then the other one, they're in the jungle. So you want some people, if you look at some seasons of Survivor and then you look at some seasons of Big Brother, you could see that some of the strategic plans are almost similar to what you have in Survivor. Because you literally need to think like you're in the jungle. Because right there, besides being able to make friends or connecting with people or trying to or put on a facade so people out there who are watching from home can actually like you, you also need to be very smart. You're in a jungle, so you always need to be on your toes. You always need to be watching, keep your ground, you keep your ear to the ground. The same goes for like Ashley Ogle. I think like Ashley was also one of the favorites.
True.
I went to see, I was actually at the elimination show that they had for her. She's like one of the most down to earth people. But then with her, for her to even end up becoming the least favorite is because she was what? She was raw. She didn't hide herself. She was straightforward. If she didn't like something, she would tell you right now and she would literally blow up.
Hey, Maralena, she doesn't have a filter. Your picture is ugly.
Yeah, like,
and she literally even tore up the poster on one of the episodes when they were making a poster.
It's very tricky, man, Mo, because the situation setting, I mean, we've seen what Big Brother does sometimes. The game. Go agitate Moose. Go agitate Moose for controversy's sake. So that's why you need to be very emotionally intelligent. You need to be aware of your own feelings and emotions, and it speaks to your reasoning capacity. It speaks to your thought process. It speaks to how aware of yourself you are. So, I mean, but why I'm only thinking, I'm just going to breeze through it. And eventually, having learned quite a few things about yourself, you know, I have a sister of mine, Lesego, who auditioned for it and was very, very, was here. Very close to being a contestant. Also, it speaks to personality as well. We understand that there's a lot of people, I could argue and say pretty privilege is a thing and it plays. And you've seen some contestants more when honestly speaking, or try and one-dimensional. You don't have different sides to you. One understand that. Had it not been for your pretty face or your nice body, or maybe you are a well-spoken person, you wouldn't necessarily. There's quite a few contestants we can, and not just Mobanyaning. Both ways. I'm a good-looking guy, and you know I cause traffic. People are gonna look at me. You understand? Like, are you someone who has banter? Can I learn something from you? Can we engage? Can we have a connection? Not necessarily, but cause you're a good-looking guy, people always want to be around you. So, when Lesego was telling me the process of auditioning and wanting to be part of the house, man, it's quite intense. It's quite intense. They go through a huge list that they have to go through in terms of verifying who you are, where you come from, what do you do? Are you going to be someone that South Africans want to watch and look at? Wang understand? So bashaba character ya gago, your character build, your personality traits, your like the way you reason more than anything else, man. So it's very intense and we take it lightly, because Ronar bona final product more TV, but it speaks to things like that. And that's why like I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah.
I know I might have a sense of personality that can make it, but it's too raw for me, like you mentioned. It's too raw, man, and it's too realistic for my liking. More.
That time I almost applied last year.
Yeah.
I had the forms, the information that
For
you
this
need to
season.
fill out for this season.
Yeah.
And I just kept on staring, no, I'll see it. But
Yeah.
at least okay, oh.
Would you do it more?
I would. And
you
if
audition?
I would be put in a house with you guys, I would betray you. Because
Are you one of those when?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how the human psyche works, because when you start the game and I betray you, if you get to advance to the next stage, you're going to have a sweet spot for me, because you would understand how it's a game.
You've psyched the competition out already. Like
Yeah.
when you do a big move, like you're absolutely correct, Afripere. It's Survivor. It's Survivor. The concept is very aligned with the concept of Survivor, being in the jungle. Woman, when you make a big move at the beginning, you've psyched everyone out. You're that guy to look out for. This guy can literally do anything at any time. You understand? So, but as well, is it really, really advisable, like 100% to make a big move? And will it work for you towards the end of the game? It might not.
It is.
It might not.
It can,
So, but
guys.
anyway, yeah, man. That's some of the things that I think about when it comes to the concept and the show that is Big Brother.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use right there on YouTube. And reading the comment from YouTube from Itumeleng Dialar, hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning, Afri, Berry, Mo, and Musi.
Yes,
We
sir.
are here just getting our daily dose of the energetic start to the day with the Vooka Breakfast Show. I hope Nivugile there. We are awake, man. Thank you so much. Stay tuned until the end of the show. Share the live, share your comments. Keep on sharing the comments. Press the notification button so that whenever we go live, you will be notified. Because we know that we are always, embraced into identifying one of the people who are making big moves in the community. We have this thing that is called movers and shakers. And today we are going to go through the foundation called Itemba Letu Foundation, founded by Themba Nkwanyana.
Mr. Director.
Mr. Director.
Yes, sir.
Before I hand it over to you, man, I had to watch this episode, of Mr. Director explaining. And, what he is doing sparked a lot of, controversy around people. Because what Mr. Director is doing, he is feeding Nyaupe boys. So people are like, why would you feed Nyaupe boy while there's a kid who is hungry in the streets? You understand? So while watching the conversation, I saw that what he stands for, really intimidates a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because what he's trying to do is to show the community that sometimes in order for you to strike the chord, to bring change, you need to strike it where people are not even paying attention to. So that is what I like about the Itemba Letu Foundation. But I think you have more for us right there.
Yeah, man. Mr. Director, I've sat down with him on another platform, and that guy is very. He stands his ground.
True.
He stands his ground. There's a word I'm looking for that will describe that thing, but for lack of that word, he really stands his ground on what he's trying to do in the community and be a mover and a shaker in the community of Sneak Park that side. And it's sad when you find people trying to work against or people not supporting the work that he does because it's out of the norm. More.
Yeah.
And we know in society, when people don't understand something and people are not informed and knowledgeable about something, and you are an individual who does something that is out of what is considered normal, is out of the norm, people are always going to be against you. One understand. So, you know, the initiative that Mr. Director Themba Nkwanyana does is, you know, it is centered around providing food and support to individuals who are struggling with nyaupe addiction. You know, the last time you made a joke, should you call them nyaupe or bomatraxi or, you know, it's yes, we can make it a joke, but it's a serious conversation that we need to have to talk about. You know, what comes to mind is that guy on socials who's been making the rounds, man. Latgag. Hey, wena. You know, it's a joke. We laugh when these videos come up, but these people are really impacting the community and the society in its entirety, man. And when people are smoking drugs, these young boys are smoking drugs. Like, we disregard them very quickly.
Yeah.
We don't want them around us. We don't want to have a conversation about them, and we don't want them to be, you know, included in society in general. But one could argue that it's a cry for help. Smoking these things that somebody doing and doing all these things, you know, but community in general. It could be a cry for help. And really, when sometimes you sit down and you listen to some of these stories that these boys share, it's very hurtful and painful things that they've gone through. And I'm not trying to justify the fact that they smoke and do all of these bad things in society and in our communities, but to an extent, you can understand the mindset when they took that decision to start smoking those things. So, you know, his mission goes beyond just providing providing sustenance for these boys. He aims to show these individuals that they are loved, valued, and deserving of dignity. Because at the end of the day, too much like you and I, we understand. And any of us could find ourselves in a circumstance or in a situation that can really push us to the edge and eventually find ourselves delving into substance abuse. The impact of nyaupe is a highly addictive and destructive drug in our communities, like I just mentioned, that has ravaged our communities across South Africa. So this is not just a Soweto thing or Mamelodi or guy. This is across the board in South Africa, and it's sad that we find it mostly in the black society. You know. Its impact goes very deep, is a very deep one, and leaving users physically and emotionally broken. Themba's initiative recognizes the complexity of this issue and seeks to address it with compassion and empathy. We need to really try to be sympathetic and empathize with these boys. I'm not trying to justify when Afriperi, not even in the slightest, Mo, not even in the slightest, but can we try as a society or as communities and individuals in our different environments and communities, can we try and find ways like Themba is trying to do to reach out and help these boys? What is the core problem? Like, every now and again, you go back to smoking these things. You know, through his work, Themba is sending a powerful message of hope and redemption. He believes that every individual, regardless of their circumstance, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Yeah. By providing food and support, Themba is helping to restore a sense of self-worth in those who have lost their way. Absolutely.
Very good initiative.
No, man, I echo that sentiment. Yeah. You know, I really sympathize, and I'm there. I really hear what he's trying to do and what he's trying to say. So maybe this is something that you and I, moving forward, can look into. It might not have something to do with you. I'll tell you, I have a family member who's passed on now, a brother of mine, a cousin of mine, who was a substance abuser himself. And someone you live in the same yard with going through something like that. It's not nice. And maybe I am a bit biased in relating to the work that Themba is trying to do in the community, but I've seen it firsthand what it does, and it's very painful. And I don't want to do this. I genuinely do not want to do this.
And it's something that he was facing, man. Because one of the painful things when I watched that interview is that he was being asked, the questions, they're not even close to, I'm asking you so that I can support you. But I'm asking you because what you're
To
doing
be
is
against
wrong.
you.
Yeah,
It's
to be
out of the
against
norm,
you.
like I mentioned.
Yeah, because when he told his story, he was like, in fact, I'm actually doing this because of my brother, is also smoking. Wabo. So initiatives like this, man, they need the community to be, to stand together and be united in each and every way, they can ever think of, man. Even if it's donating that 2 slices, that 1 tea bag, it can make a difference.
Definitely.
Because he mentioned that there was this other one, it was like, ish, Hotmane, we don't like what we're doing, so please take us to rehab.
Yeah.
And for someone to come and say, bayazenza labantu, but you don't understand, you've never had a conversation with the
them,
person.
yeah.
Wabo. Some of the people, they are victims of nyaupe because, they were drugged. Now, asking for help is people baushebaka litloleleng. They don't even want to look you straight into the eyes because what they see is just garbage. Wabo. So, Itemba Letu, man, shout out to it because it is based in a snake park. If you want to reach out to Temba Nkwanyana, please do make sure that you search Temba Nkwanyana on Facebook and reach out to him, man, if you have anything to share, with him, and make sure that the foundation grows.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
it's foundations like this we need.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
township foundations, most are baseless, man. In terms of life in jail.
Yeah.
Like there's a baseless foundation that has not been laid out so
Yeah.
that children can follow. Wabo, they're following the footsteps of doing the wrong things
Yes,
in
definitely.
communities.
Yes.
Wabo. So
Yes.
we can't be complaining about the same thing because whatever that Mr. Moloto is doing, ne, a lot of people are saying, like, we pray that the government doesn't intervene because batlo senya dintho.
No, definitely.
But just sing
Definitely.
it
No,
into.
completely. I agree with that. Completely. I've seen firsthand, Mo. Remember when we spoke about the KZN floods? I've seen firsthand, so witnessed it, what Lesego can attest to this, the sister of mine that I spoke about. What government employees do. Motho o berekang, someone who's earning a salary on a month-to-month basis, a abuser. Dilo tse e leng gore tshwantse di berekele the greater community. I've seen it firsthand, and it's sad, and it's frustrating, and it's aggravating more. So I'm not trying to paint like the government organizations bad across the board. No,
Yeah,
because
it's individuals who are doing these things.
Yo, Mo. So I completely agree with the fact that no, the government should not be involved. Let it remain an NPO like it is. Let it remain community-based as is and working for the people on the ground. We understand that. Mr. Latka, Mr. Moloto going himself there, because, when it's testament in the sayings like, business, and then they say, what's a business? Because again, I understand the value of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We spoke about founders and co-founders yesterday, Afripere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Firsthand, what am I standing for? What am I trying to achieve with these things? So, but what's on Mr. Moloto and Temba Nkwanyana is an absolute mover and shaker in the community. So he needs people who will understand the vision. And the value of what he's trying to do in our communities. So I'm not trying to paint the government in a bad way whatsoever, but I don't think that they will fully grasp what he's trying to achieve in the community with what he's doing for these young boys in our communities, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afripere, do you do drugs? Because I'm asking, we are talking about things that we
Affect.
Barring ba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nyanyaza is my life, pen. Do you do drugs? What do you think about foundations in
Maro itse a ba re motho wa poka and spoko sono ka se setse next especially ile nako go poka shem. Ga ile nako go poka o ka se receive like next.
Yeah.
No man, let's be honest, like this whole thing of nyaupa is not a nice thing in society. Drugs are not a good thing in society. Because we've had a break-in where somebody old land the following street smokes nyaupe, actually went inside the yard and stole my uncle's tools. He's a welder. So the only sad part about it is the fact that I wish they could have the resilience to actually stand up for themselves, go to rehab, and stand strong and firm throughout the whole program, because most of them end up quitting halfway. The one thing I wish for them is resilience to persevere and become greater people and to actually change, because it's not like they can't change what they are doing right now.
Yeah.
They only just need to have the resilience and actually believe in themselves and put their mind into it, and they can change and become better people.
Definitely, man. You know, Musi, I'm going to recite from what Musi has read on the Themba Nkwanyana's Foundation, because he said, you know, drugs are actually destructive and they cause, you know, ravage in our communities. So we need to be, you know, alert with those kind of foundations that are trying to alleviate such things in our communities. 11 minutes till we hit the top of the hour. You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. What we're going to do right now is to take a short break, give you your weather update, give you your traffic update, and your top of the hour news. And then when you come back, we're going to have and be featured by one of the beautiful ladies right here in the table, TC Wagamazibugo, giving you your health and fitness tips. It is Tuesdays for health and fitness. Stay with us. This is your weather update.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi Nest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my man. TC Shabana Wakabazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Banel Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TC Wagamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Sir.
We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
give you your daily update, so do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante at least.
Once again, good morning, Mzansi. My name is Mweketi Maimane, and this is your news headline recap. On the first headline, police battling drug trafficking. Police face major challenges with drug smuggling, SUV theft, and cyber crimes, making it hard to fight transnational crime. National Police Commissioner Fanima Semola highlighted the sophistication of criminals using methods like cryptocurrency, laundering, deepfake technology, and encrypted communication. Masemola emphasized the necessity of international cooperation and unwavering responses as criminals exploit jurisdictional gaps, weak regulation, and corruption. Speaking at a strategic session in Pretoria, he urged decisive, collaborative, and innovative action to combat the growing complexity and staggering scale of these crimes. On the second headline, officials clamp down on illegal and non-compliant spaza shops. They will enforce the law to the fullest. These are tough words for the illegal shop operators in Nelson Mandela Bay from the Mayoral Committee member for Public Health. The Metro Police, SAPS, and Border Management Authority were hard at work on Sunday night, cracking down on non-compliant spaza shops and taverns. On the last headline, Eastern Cape healthcare sector in shambles. The healthcare in Eastern Cape is on the verge of collapse. Financial problems faced by the provincial government are to blame for the poor state of healthcare provision. Services had to be downgraded from hospitals to clinics, but the department is refuting these claims. Ngamakwe Hospital has been described as a death trap, and residents say it does not inspire confidence. That's all for the news headlines. On the sports news, Benny McCarthy, the former Bafana striker, is the new head coach of Kenya, as announced by the Kenyan Football Federation. Benny McCarthy previously served as a first-team coach at Manchester United. He will be joined by Vasily Manusakis as assistant coach and Munib Joseph as the goalkeeping coach, and Pilela Maposa, performance analyst. The FKF President Hussein Mohammed stated McCarthy was the right person for the job. Now, heading to the women rugby, Boxer women sevens storm into Challenger semi-finals with unbeaten run. The Springbok women's sevens topped Pool A at the World Rugby HSBC Challenger in Cape Town, beating Hong Kong China 36-0 and Zesnia 26-0. They will face Kenya in the semi-finals on Sunday. South Africa victories showed them strong early form, promising a good performance in the semi-finals. Now, heading over to the football news, Man City's Rodri back at training after ACL injury. The Ballon d'Or winner Rodri has returned to individual training with Manchester City after an ACL injury in September. Initially expected to miss the rest of the season, Rodri is seen participating in drills, aiming to return for the Club World Cup on June 18th. His absence has impacted City, now on 20 points behind Liverpool and out of the Champions League. Guardiola emphasizes caution in Rodri's recovery. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news update and analysis throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Mweketi Maimane, and now next is your traffic update.
Morning in Zanzi. My name is Musi Mr. and this is your traffic update. There's a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound in Benoni before the Atlas Road off-ramp. One of 4 lanes is closed. There's a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound in Benoni after the Boetfontein on-ramp. The emergency lane is closed. There's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound in Centurion at Nigel Avenue. The emergency lane from Nigel Drive M9 on the R50 is closed. There's congestion on the N1 southbound in Midrand before the Olifantsfontein Road off-ramp on R562. There's congestion on the N4 westbound in Pretoria at Proof Plus interchange. The ramp from Watermeer Street M14 is affected. That's all for now on your traffic update. Do stay tuned in for more as we go through the rest of the show. The hashtag to use across all our social media platforms is Vooka Breakfast Show.
A 2 minutes until we hit 9 o'clock, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show with me, Moeketsi Maimane, aka Max. Max for maximum temperature. It's a very beautiful Tuesday. A Tuesday that speaks to the people who choose their loved ones. Barake Tom Tanda, yo, because I already have made my choice who I'm going to choose today right here. Who are you going to choose, and who are you choosing on these Tuesdays? Remember, Tuesdays are for choosing. Tuesdays are for choosing. Right? That is what we are all about. Filled with jam-packed show. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show, an energetic start of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg, Soweto is Dobsonville right here. Before the break, we just gave you your news update that you missed at the beginning of the show. Give you some recap. We're going to come back again and give you some recap on the things that you have missed and the traffic update for the people who are driving to stay safe on the roads. Right now, I am joined by two beautiful ladies right here in the studio. Naledi and TC Wagamazibugo. Good morning, ladies, and how are you doing?
Grand rising, Moeketsi. We are feeling amazing. I am awake. I'm right. I'm bright. I am on the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, it's about to be an energetic and vibrant start to your day as we dive into different topics and explore different things on the show, talking about everything from your fitness to obviously chooser umuntu wakho, chooser or choose maskete, like ketomtanda. I mean, of course, it's about to be exciting. It's amazing. How are you, my sister Naledi?
I'm good, and you?
Please, Naledi, choose the mic today. When you're not gonna give it up, you must choose the mic today. Just come here, speak with it.
Fine.
Yeah. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm fine.
Really?
And yourself? Yes, I'm good.
Yes, I am okay, man. So, have you decided, Horowena, who are you going to choose on this beautiful Tuesday today?
Yeah.
Who are you choosing?
I'm choosing my beloved brother B, my beloved boss.
Choose a girl. Choose a.
Yeah, we have seen that people have made their decisions.
Yeah.
But Rona, we are going to come, and just tell you, Hore, who did we choose? So you should just stay tuned. But I am glad, ladies, you have joined me right there. Amandla, by the way.
Amandla.
You understand? Yeah, so before the break, we were looking into the foundations. Itembale, to a big shout out to Temba Nkwanyana, leading the foundation right there in Snake Park. So if people want to reach out, they definitely need to make sure they visit his Facebook, is Temba Nkwanyana, and then the information that they want, they will get it right there. But as promised, when we have you here, I'm looking at my physio. Understand? The person who's gonna tell me what to eat, because you have advised me to stop eating makwenya.
Yes, Mo. They make you lethargic. That is not the right way to start your morning. That is too oily, too much fat, and not enough nutrients. But today we are not talking about that. Today we're stepping into the great outdoors to talk about one of the most natural, enjoyable, and powerful forms of exercise you can do, which is hiking. So everybody, from the time we spoke about the vision boarding, you know that Prime Cut Creatives hosts creative wellness and recovery experiences for mindfulness and wellness.
Yeah.
So there is an experience rather, called Hike Flow Right that we engaged on with an influencer who is a writer and a creative, as well as spiritual being, called Her Mentality. But mostly, I just want you guys to know that hiking is great for your health. Hiking is a low impact exercise that is accessible to people of all fitness levels and offers a range of benefits for both body and mind. So whether you're looking to increase endurance, strength, or just take a break from the hustle, hiking has something to offer and is a great way to do that. Do you hike, Mo?
I have hiked before, and
Okay.
I've taken a decision not to do it again.
Why?
Like, it just reminded me of the historical moments that as black people had, because
Long
now
walk to freedom.
I read about Moshwesho. Moshwesho, they stood up there in the mountain.
Yeah.
So now it resembles war. When I hike, it means I'm going to war. But I'm glad that you have included these things. King hop, hike.
No, hike, flow, right.
Hike, flow, right.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've seen that a lot of people are gaining, a lot of, things going hiking because they have to do with the environment and the ecosystem that you are in. Because the question that I want to ask, can you hike when you're in a mall? Because like a hiker go to mall. Is
How?
it wrong?
How? Because you
The Calamari steps.
No.
We are hiking.
No, how? But hiking is about going into nature and being outside, right?
Yes.
Where you are engaging in walking in nature, on hills. People have hiked the most famous mountain that people hike up is Mount Kilimanjaro.
True.
But also one that we have here is Table Mountain. People do hikes up Table Mountain. So, at the end of the day, hiking is for everyone. Whether you just want to take, simple walks in great scenic views, or just increase your endurance and your fitness. Hiking is is one way to do it, and one of the best and enjoyable ways to do it. As the Hike Flow Right attendees have said, it is one of the best parts of the mindfulness experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a problem with the terms that we use as black people.
Yes.
Because when we began the show, we were looking at the Big Five.
Okay.
Also used as the currency tool. We know that there are animals, right, on the notes. So why are we calling 10 rand a tiger while it has a rhino?
Maybe first 10 rand, it was a tiger. And right now, it's
Slap tiger.
Was
I
it?
don't know.
I think, yes, the it's it was a tiger because now it's another man.
Oh, not a tiger. No, you are wrong, Lena, because it's a tiger. There's no tiger in South Africa. It's a leopard. Yeah, so in the Big Five, leopard is the one that is on the 200 rand. Akir.
Yeah.
Leopard. That's the one. And then 10 rand, it's a rhino. But we call it a tiger.
Okay, guys, it's another winjan.
Yeah, but
Before
it was green.
But it was green. Mo, you always
10 rand.
speaking about-
Obviously, right now, I get it, there's Madiba.
Yes.
And
the Madiba phase.
yeah, the Madiba phase. Back then, it was only animals. So they didn't change animals. They didn't, swap. Elephant come here, things like that.
I thought maybe they call it tiger because of
No,
being a
and a
tiger.
20 rand has an elephant, Ribita Choco. Choco is for chalkboard, by the way. Are we okay as black people? Because with hiking, what is this when you're doing this?
Where they say it's a hike, where you're trying to catch a ride.
Because if you're not specific and ask me, Hormo, have you ever hiked? I'm like, yeah, man, I've done this on the road, got a lift and went somewhere, But I love, the way you speak, Kayona, in terms of the environment.
Yes.
So hiking speaks with the environment.
Well, it speaks to you as an individual,
Okay.
to your health and your fitness, because it can be used as a tool to keep fit in an enjoyable and accessible way. Because there's places even around Soweto and groups that you can join to do some hiking. And it's a social activity. So whether you want to go with a group of friends or join a hiking club like with Hike Flow Right, or just be with your family, it's a perfect way to connect while getting fit.
Yeah.
So you hiked, Naledi?
Yeah, once, and I vowed to I'm not going to.
Why?
Like, I hate long walks, and so I was like, I'll stick to my.
You're not gonna go there. But things we know, Hore, you know, it's really beneficial to do, you know, your hiking because you're helping your body. But hiking can help you live longer, by the way.
It can. It reduces stress.
Yeah.
It reduces your cortisol levels.
No, I'd rather gym and like hiking. I hate long walks. My feet are not fit.
Why are we not learning from Tata Mara? Long walk to freedom. That man live because of walking.
I'm not gonna be in his shoes.
Studies have shown, guys, where long walks can help you, you know, to reduce your chronic diseases.
Yes.
Right. So
yeah, that's true. Especially more high blood.
It's easy to do, guys. Hiking is easy to do because, like I said, it's for people of all fitness levels and offers a range of benefits for both body and mind. So that's right, Mo. We often hear about people running, weightlifting, cycling, but when we talk fitness, right? But hiking is one of those activities that checks all the boxes. It's good for your body, your mind, and your spirit. Let's dive in and explore why you should consider hiking as your go-to workout. So first off, let's talk about the obvious. The fitness aspect of it, right? Hiking is a full body workout. It engages your legs, your core, and even your upper body, especially when you're navigating through tough terrains or using trekking poles. I don't know, have you seen those people when they hike, they have like poles? Yes. So those ones, that helps with engaging your upper body because you lean on that pole as you're climbing up difficult terrain or uphills. So you might be surprised to know how much muscles you're actually activating just by taking a hike. The way it's seamless and natural, you for some people it doesn't even feel like exercise, which is why we as Prime Cut creatives, for the mindfulness experiences that we host with Her Mentality, we engaged in hiking as a mindfulness practice and as a way to bring people back into the moment, right? Because as you're walking in nature, you're surrounded by all the beautiful sights and sounds, the birds, the sun. It's good. Vitamin D is good for you, right?
Yeah.
So the varied terrains means you're constantly adjusting your body, which improves balance and stability. Plus, let's not forget your heart, Mo. Hiking gets your cardiovascular system working, which helps improve endurance. It's like a combo of strength training and cardio all in one.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you hike?
I mean, it's good, you know, hearing, coming with that. I would love to do so because we have seen that mental health problems,
yes,
it's a big issue that a lot of people are having. I would say that it is a disease that most of the people face because I'm also a victim.
Yes.
Hiking can really help me get out there, in those ecosystems generally because I've read this theory of the biosphere and surrounding yourself with nature, the sounds of water, the fresh air from the trees, the soil, the grass, everything that surrounds that environment with the beauty and nature. It speaks to you.
It's disconnecting from the chaos of daily life. You are going into a space where you're surrounded by birds, trees, the sunlight, fresh air. Of course, studies have shown that being in nature has a healing effect on the body. It's a scientific fact. So even practices like grounding, which is taking your shoes off, and walking with your bare feet on the earth and touching the soil, touching the grass.
Especially the grass.
Yeah, and I mean,
Earthing.
yes,
That's what
earthing.
DJ Stu
Yeah,
was doing, hiking trees.
Yes, exactly. So when we, for somebody like myself, who has previously been diagnosed with anxiety, one of the practices that you're advised to do as a coping mechanism is when you are having an anxiety attack is to sit flat on the ground, right? Touch the ground and feel the ground, like literally feel yourself like planted flat, and just allow the body to release itself by connecting to the coldness of the ground if you're sitting maybe on tiles, or the warmth of the sun, or the soil, to get that texture, to feel the textures, to feel the different aspects of what's touching you, what you're smelling, what you're seeing. But something that is interesting, I want you to play something, Mo. Okay. Those videos that we have I just want people to see how, hike flow ride goes and into improving your health and fitness, and how this day can look like for you if you are somebody who wants to take up hiking as a form of exercise. So taking it over to the video.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And another interesting fact about hiking is that hiking is a great stress reliever. The world's longest hiking trail is over 24,000 kilometers long. The Great Trail in Canada spans over 24,000 kilometers, making it the longest hiking trail in the world.
One interesting one, like I said, around Soweto, we recently in February, if I'm not wrong, had the Soweto Tourism Awards for 2025, and Hiking Soweto and Dofaya Hiking Trail, which were nominated for the best outdoor adventure, are the hiking groups that you can perhaps join in and around Soweto, that you can explore these hiking trails and see, man, if hiking is for you, this is something you can look into doing and take up as a way to stay fit and stay healthy. So, Mo, please play those videos from Hike.
Yeah, I think we were playing them while you were speaking.
Oh.
The power of technology.
Oh,
I don't worry. It's
I mean,
2025.
I can't see, so I didn't know that.
It's
I really didn't know
2025,
that.
man. But one question I want to ask you is that what is the longest kilometers you've done through hiking?
What was that trail that we did at Kloofendal? I think it was
more than 20.
No, we haven't. I don't think I've done more than 20. But I'm somebody who likes to challenge and push myself. So, like I said, I'm usually somebody who likes to take up these mindfulness practices and be more active and healthy, exploring ways to improve my overall and holistic well-being. I want to push myself. So 21 Ks maybe. What? I mean, we were talking with Usino at the Vision Board. She does marathons. She runs as an exercise. So I was thinking, man, she wants to push herself to do 21 kilometers. I think maybe that for me as well. I want to push for that longest mile.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, question. When someone says take a hike, what do they mean?
Hey, man, take the longest walk away from me in that direction. That's literally what they mean, like, go away. Yeah.
Also, that's what it means, really. When you with someone's like, bruh, take a hike, man. Now I'm gonna take my backpack. The next thing, go and hiking.
Yeah, go.
Then you complain when I'm went for 7 months. I just said take a hike.
It's a figure of speech. Take a hike is go away, because when you take a hike, you're usually going somewhere. You go away into nature. So go away.
Naledi, when did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Take
You
a
did?
hike. You've
No.
never said anything like that.
So nobody's
What are
ever
you
said
saying to
you,
him?
Take a
then?
hike.
If you're not saying take a hike, what are you saying to him?
Fuck off.
Yo.
Ah, wow.
There we go.
Well, you asked Mo when you got your
Okay, I don't have a filter.
There we
I
go.
don't have a filter.
Yes.
Well-
I mean, come on, man. Yes, filtering is important here. You know, Kenya tea nyana, then don't take it out. You understand?
Wow.
But yeah, hey, that FOK, whatever, man. Take a hike is a better way to use. You know,
Okay,
take a hike.
I'll
Yeah.
consider it.
Don't use that word anymore, man. Ish. That's why you will take a hike and never come back. If you use that one. But thank you so much, man, for sharing that information with
Yeah.
us about hiking. We hope that you're going to come back with more, man. By the way, I've started eating croissants.
croissants. Oh, well, I mean, what do you put in them this time, Mo?
French.
I
What's
mean,
funny?
No, I mean, that's one way of exploring something to eat that's
Yeah.
outside of Amaguinya. But yeah, you know,
Exactly.
big ups to you, Mo,
Using
for trying a
croissants, man.
croissant with some French.
Yeah, definitely.
Polony.
Thank you so much. That was TC, man, with your health and fitness. By the way, as I promised you guys, Hore, Tuesdays are for Ketum Tanda, and things like that, man, because we know that people have ideas on what to do when it comes to choosing their loved ones. So who did you choose on this beautiful Tuesday?
I choose me.
You choose yourself. man.
Yes.
Same as
Tuesdays
me,
are for
man.
choosing me because this life is 100% my responsibility. No one is coming to save me.
Definitely.
So if I don't love me, who is going to do
you know,
it?
same applies to me, man. I've chose
Yes.
myself today. I've been choosing people. Hey.
How I thought you had
Mengaraki,
somebody that you
Luna.
chose today, Mo.
No, but last week, last of last week, or was it last week?
Yeah,
I
you last week.
dedicated, the Ketom Tanda to someone who, is very close to me.
I was going through something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I just had to do it because
you being the
yeah,
nice guy.
man. Next time I'm gonna choose you. You understand? Yeah, choosing doesn't mean things, guys. Choosing is just embracing,
Yes.
love amongst each other. So. On our love blog today, I am going to discuss the romantic outdoor date ideas in South Africa.
nice.
Understand? So,
Outdoors.
have you guys been outdoor? In a love aspect, going out with your partner. Have you ever experienced that outdoor moment, going to a certain place that is outdoor?
Yeah, I mean picnics are one. There by the Zoo Lake, close to the lake, under
Definitely.
a tree. Yeah, it was one of the most relaxed days. I'm somebody who's simple, but I love effort.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something for me, I'm not fussy and I'm appreciative. Gratitude is one thing I practice all the time, but
Yeah.
I love it when I can see you have put effort and thought into this by obviously trying to find out what I like and trying to make the experience enjoyable for the both of us to get closer to each other and not just be a superficial date where we're just going to spend money and take pictures for the socials. Yeah.
So, have you ever met someone who doesn't do outdoor, and when you are outdoor? It also applies to you. Why are you looking away?
Yes, Naledi.
Eh?
Ke batla go utlwa karabo ya gagwe
No, like
When do you have an answer for that?
for eng?
Well, firstly, guys, are you outdoor or indoor?
I'm outdoor person.
Outdoor person.
Yes.
You know?
I'm both.
You're both.
Yeah.
You're ambidextrous.
Yeah, I am flexible. I'm versatile.
Okay, so when you are more of an outdoor.
Yeah.
So the experience that you had outdoor, do you think it's like it doesn't, play into what you want, or it's something that you can do weekly or on a daily basis? So you don't like indoors?
Not really.
Yeah.
Hey.
Why don't you like indoors? I mean, indoors at least you can create your own space. You can create a sanctuary. It can be intimate.
I mean,
Outdoors,
with-
maybe in J, you will be having people passing.
We know in South Africa, indoor dates, man, the percentage and the rates of pregnancy,
They are very
rise.
high.
Yeah.
You know. So
It raises the stats. When you love indoor, you are part of the state.
so I wanna be seen out there.
So you love doing outdoors.
Yes.
But okay, guys, right here with me, I have some ideas for people, to take through, because one of it is the picnics in nature, as you mentioned, right? Pack a homemade picnic and enjoy the quiet afternoon under the shade of an ancient trees. You
Sounds
understand?
like my kind of good
man.
time.
It's very beautiful because now you get to see the other side of you. You know how you react in nature. Understand? Because how it's stuffy, you know, things like that.
Restaurants and stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know,
man,
man.
you
Something
know.
about just sitting in a crowded restaurant. I don't know. It's not appealing to me. I mean, of course, good food. I love good food.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sitting in those like pretentious restaurants and looking like I'm interested in someone.
Aibo. Yeah.
I want us to connect, man. Connection, human connection is something that
It's
I
very,
value.
very important.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yes.
So people should, you know, take picnics, guys, in nature. Because we're in Dobsonville, there's Dorothy Nyembe, you know.
Ah, la la.
What do you mean, halala?
Ah, yeah,
There's a park, man, that you can go with your partner.
What's wrong with
and chill
Dorothy
there.
Nyembe, na lady?
Okay, guys, at this day and age, bakhona abantu abasayenza ama-picnic.
Yeah, Batumba Mudimu. Tell us more. What do you know that we do not know, Wena? I feel like we are 50 years behind you.
Yeah. I don't like okay, I feel like eating it. I don't like picnics.
You don't like
I
picnics?
have never.
You've never done picnics. What do you
I'm so
do?
hooked, you know, picnic.
You do dates, things like that.
Dates where though? I mean, dates that a picnic is still a date. So
And when
where?
is he?
Top.
Yeah.
So you're the restaurant type where you
And-
want to be
and-
sitting in a
and-
restaurant with those meals that cost
And
like
the lodges. you
over
get-
1,000 rand, but kinto ekana.
No, not in Twegana Pella. My stomach has to be full.
Oh,
So I need a proper, decent meal.
okay.
Breathe fresh air from Dorothy Nyembe.
No, there's movies, guys. Picnic, no.
Okay,
no.
for Wayne, it's a no-no,
Yes.
right? Yeah, but I'm gonna give it an idea for people out there who are in nature, and I would actually advise you because you're going to see the other different. Maybe you're gonna, yeah, you're gonna change and use words like take a hike because you know, man. Sometimes when you go out in nature, you elevate in life. Okay, like when you become prosperous. Man. You understand? The things about you, your personality changes. Than every day when you want walls.
Yes, beautiful walls. Nice
Beautiful
walls.
walls.
Oh, nice,
Luxurious
nice.
walls.
And then
Thank you,
another
you get-
another idea that I have for people, it's scenic walks or hikes, as you said. man.
Yes.
You know, explore trails in places like Drakensberg, Golden Gate Highlands, or Table Mountain at National Park. Scenic walks, guys. You know, we have walked enough, Mokasi.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to take those walks into the next step right now.
Yeah.
As much as you can take the relationship to the next level, take the walk into the next level. man.
Yes,
You know,
yes, definitely.
man. So, doing your scenic walks or hikes, man, it really explores the kind of person you are and the person that you are with.
Yes.
And then there's stargazing. Oh, guys.
I remember one Valentine's Day, I got taken, what's that, in Bram.
Planetarium.
Yes, at the planetarium in Bram. Oh my goodness, I loved it. It was so amazing. It was, for me, that was one of the best dates.
Yeah.
And it was such a thoughtful thing, you know, a date like that where I got to stargaze, look
stars,
at the
man.
sky, and then from then you go home to a dinner. I mean, what? Doesn't that
it's
just
nice.
sound like
It's nice,
the
man.
perfect date?
Enjoy the clear skies and stargaze together. Many parks offer designated dark sky areas perfect for this activity. You will be shocked already. Dorothy Nyembe has the very beautiful stargazing you would ever see in Soweto. Trust me. Yeah, you can look at me
Now,
like
ladies,
that.
like, this is not for me.
that's not
This
my-
is
that's
not
not
my cup of tea.
What's your favorite star?
It's my glass of gin, not my cup of tea.
What's your favorite star?
What?
What's your favorite star?
What do you mean?
Star in the sky.
She doesn't do astronomy. What's your issue?
Don't.
When do you have a favorite star?
Yeah, I have my favorite star.
Which
it's
one?
Me.
Now, lady, she is a star.
Yes.
Poo, 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 poo.
Jay. I'm my favorite star.
She hit you with that one, Mo.
Yeah, you are a star, by the way. We're gonna always choose you. Be our star. Vooka star. Right? So another ideas that I have for people, you know, it's outside of what, you know, one would think of. You know, because when you talk about stargazing, man, sometimes when you talk about mollificationing, you know, Mototo was why are you looking at the sky? Not like he's coming back. Or who is coming back? Obviously, he means Jesus. So it's things like this and ideas we need to apply in
Mo,
our
you're so
lives.
funny.
In another ideas, man, it's attending museums, man. You know, in Joburg, we have your apartheid museum. Oh, it will be nice, man, to go with your partner and just explore the history of black people, you know, and explore the history of apartheid. You know, have you guys ever been taken there?
The Apartheid Museum, yeah. I used to work with a tour operator called Honest Travel Experiences, and they used to host Soweto tours. So, yeah.
Apartheid museum, man.
They would, so they would take tourists and those who are interested in exploring to places like the Apartheid Museum and obviously your famous Vilakazi Street, you know, the whole Soweto tour spiel.
Yeah. Another idea that you can look into is visiting the Constitutional Hill with your partner. Right? Because the Constitutional Hill is a museum complex that explores South Africa's constitutional history and struggle for democracy. I once went there, and it shows how a lot of people have struggled. And that struggle, where now you can, apply it in different aspects of your life. You understand? So use that struggle for the better. Use that struggle for a good use, because going to museums and looking at what was happening in the past and you wanting to apply the same thing that was happening again, that's not healing.
Yeah.
If they whip them, when I eat a whipped cream. Do things different in this time of the day.
Yeah.
So, man, going to museums, it really opens that other side of you didn't know you had.
Yes.
Right? So, you must consider going to museums because they have so much beautiful, informative history that you can go through. Have you ever went to a museum?
Yes, long time ago with a school trip.
How did you feel, Nje, like the energy around the museum?
Can I be honest, like this, like that?
Yeah, buela ko mic. I don't want you to do bad things.
I know what like you sooner, Mikey.
Exactly, we can't hear you. Speak.
Hello,
museum. Yes.
Okay.
Go on.
I was like, to be honest, I was so bored.
Were you?
What did you see?
Skeletons, into like I was like, sifunani la now, and I was so hungry, and it was a school trip, so you can imagine.
I understand you.
So I know in the history, it's water and oil. Yeah.
I don't blame you,
I'm being
man. I don't blame
honest.
you. Because you're not the only one. A lot of people hate museums, for certain reasons. It's not about your koko, brah. Just go and check and read information that you didn't know. So when TC, have you ever visited a museum?
Oh, yeah.
Where and how did you feel?
But I did mention that I've visited some places like the Apartheid Museum. I loved going there because I loved seeing how things have happened and learning about the history of cultural and historical events. I mean, it's amazing. For me, I'm somebody who likes to understand things. So.
Yeah, man. Those are your ideas to consider when you think about choosing your partner and going out for a date. We know that it was the month of love last month, and we couldn't give you those ideas, but love continues. It doesn't mean 1928 Defela love ends right there. So it's 9:30. You're still watching Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. So what I'm going to do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, man, I've got Musi and Afri Berry on the other side who are going to take you through one of the mistakes I did. I said Hugh Masekela bamufetaka 50 years on the marriage, but they're here to rectify that.
Man.
Yeah, it's a big issue. They have reported to the management. Now management is taking a further step to respond. So they're going to be looking at that conversation, Miriam Makeba's birth date and all of that. So right now, let's take a short break. This is your weather update. All right, welcome back. You are still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use on your social media platform. It is the start of your energetic day right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where we are dedicated into giving you more content that is filled with the morning, side things. So we are located in the heart of Johannesburg. So we're to Dobsonville. That is where we are. When we went to the break, I promised you that we are going to be now having, a discussion. Joined again by Avri Berry and Musi Mist. It's just to discuss the question that I asked. Do you think for both men and women, if unmarried at a mature age, they date younger? Like women aged 50 and married will date younger, right? That is the question that we are going to be discussing, because I have some couples with me who we are going to make, just to compare what it is going on right here. So I'm going to start with the first couple. So we have Gabrielle Union dating Dwayne Wade.
Oh, yes.
The age difference is Gabrielle Union is 9 years older than Dwayne Wade. What is your take on that? Because now I see everything is wrong here.
Why? Men
Everything
date
is wrong
younger
here.
women all the time. So what's wrong with that? With Gabrielle dating Dwayne?
Women age faster.
Fast, thank you.
Oh, you agree
You
with me?
agree with Mo? Yeah.
I
Hi, no
wouldn't
ways.
date a
Me, I
younger-
don't.
A younger guy. I wouldn't date younger guy.
Please speak on
Wait,
the
you
mic.
wouldn't
I
date a
wouldn't.
younger guy. Can you
Ngeke-
explain why?
Ngizokhupha kuqala kunaye, hayibo.
You know what? Hold that thought.
Then I'll
Hold
be
that thought.
I'll be
Hold that thought. I have
breast.
Musi and Afri Berry on the other side. Guys, let me bring you into the conversation and tell me what you guys think about what I have just read here.
Very, very, very interesting stuff, Mo. And, topics like these really get people riling, and it riles people up, and it really gets people talking, man. So it's very funny that you mentioned the Gabriel Union and Wade couple. In terms of their age difference. I think funny to find out, or very interesting to find out, that it's actually 9. I thought it was 10 years. I thought it was a solid 10 years, but 9 is not too far from it, Afriperi. So, I don't know, man. For me personally, I honestly think that it's personal preference. There are guys who prefer older ladies. There are guys who prefer to date younger. And equivalent even on the other side. There's ladies who prefer to date older men. And of course, there's ladies who prefer to date younger men or older men, So it's all about personal preference for me. But, the thing that comes to me is that social media and just society in general has so much noise, fills us with so much noise in our ears that just like what Naledi said, I can't date an older, an older guy because of this, that, and the other. And, we tend to forget what we like as individuals, African. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Naledi says women age
quicker,
right?
Yeah, than guys.
But as for example, let's take a look at how Angela Bassett is looking at this moment.
Yeah.
At the age of 60
plus,
60 plus, she is looking amazing.
Yeah.
Do not even forget Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She also looks amazing for her age.
Yeah.
So it's like Lucy said, it's personal preference, man. And unfortunately, I don't know why it's now shunned upon society that for women it's wrong for them to date younger people. Yet throughout the generations and throughout the decades, we've had older men date younger girls, not even younger than 10 years. Some are even younger than
30,
20 years. Why is it a sin for me as a woman to date a younger person?
Yeah.
If that makes me feel lively, or dad fancies my kink, then so shall it be.
It tickles you.
My fancy.
Yeah, your fancy. Yeah, man. So like Mo has mentioned, the first one that we have here is Gabriel Union dating Dwayne Wade, and she is older by 9 years. The second one I have here is Ava Mendes and Ryan Gosling. And the age difference is 7 years, saying Ava Mendes is 7 years older than Ryan Gosling. So let me ask you, what do you think in general? And I don't want you to base this on yourself personally, right? We'll get to that a bit later on. But in general, what's the one thing that you think, or by how many years what should be the age difference between an older and a younger person?
For me, it shouldn't be more than 10 years, hey?
Not more than 10 years.
No, because let's be honest, some people when we date, we also go with maturity. You find that my age mates don't match up the maturity that I have.
Okay.
Hence, I end up dating older.
So
it's not because so I come back to society. It's not because I get with my list or one of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like when it comes to maturity level, he matches my maturity much more. It's connections, the connection is much more stronger.
Yeah.
But somebody who's older than somebody who's actually the same age as me.
I see you. Very interesting stuff. Of course, Luana, you can also engage with us across all our social media platforms. We go by Vooka Breakfast Show. Tell us, Luana, what's your preference? Would you date younger? Would you date older? And what would the age difference be? You know, everybody says 10 years. Can either be younger
you know,
or older,
Musi,
and that's it.
let me interject there because I want to go back, to the first initial one that you were speaking about because I think we all know, guys, we need to make a practical example here.
Yeah.
TC, you are 80 years, and I am 25 years old. I'm dating you. And we know, when I want children, it won't work out because you can't be pregnant in 80. You will die.
It's not gonna happen.
First of all, it won't happen. Not that I will die.
You will die.
It will. It's just biologically not possible.
Yes.
I mean, like as Everberry and Musi said, it's about preference. What if I really am not somebody who wants children? So an 80-year-old woman is okay for me as a man if I don't want. But then again, I'm pansexual. What do I mean?
With guys, we know procreation is in our nature. We want kids. We want kids, they're going to hold and continue the legacy that we have started right here. So it makes sense when I'm 8 years, I want a 20-year-old. You understand? Because this one is definitely going to bear me some youngings right there. 4 or 5 to generation.
Because women are only as good as the way that, their wombs. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What? Women are only as good as their wombs.
Not to say yes, but I get we're looking at the situation right here. Let me say at home, I'm from a home that is practice polygamy, right? Now I'm the last one standing. I can't go for you at 80 years, Nkosiyam. Like I'm finishing the Maimani's family, Musmina, right? But when marriage come, it changes. You are 80, I'm 25. When we talk marriage, I start to call you mom. Do you know that?
No,
but tell me, guys, Luna, what do you think about what I just said? Because now we are looking at procreation, right? So when you are dating someone who is younger than you, you are expecting them to bear you kids. And if someone, it's different for women. You can't date a young one and expect children from them. You understand? So I just want to hear your thoughts, guys, right there.
Mo, here's the thing, man. I think when you are saying you are expected, it sounds as if you're speaking towards making it, general across the board. That's why I spoke to personal preference. One understand. And like TC says that there's people out there who aren't necessarily looking to get married, who aren't necessarily looking to have children. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so it's all about personal preference and what you want as an individual, free will thinking. So there are people who would frown upon it and not agree with it, Afribear, and say, I don't agree with this, age difference thing of 10 years. 10 years is too ridiculous. And also more, in my personal, view, I think 80 years is slightly, blowing it out of proportion, man. But I get the fact that maybe you are perhaps trying to exaggerate a point, that you are trying to make. So I don't know, man. Me personally, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But when it starts getting to like 15, 16 years and above, I don't know. It's a bit dicey for me, so I don't know about that one. But we still have more couples out there, very famous couples, who have quite significant age differences. The other one we have here is Julianne Moore and Bart Freundlich. and the age difference is 9 years, Julian Moore being 9 years older. So I'm starting to see a pattern of these age differences almost being around 10 years. So I think, Afriperi, you are quite correct about the 10 years. That's where, you know, a lot of people are playing around. The second to last one we have here is the one we spoke about earlier. Of course, are famous musicians in South Africa, Miriam Makeba and Hugh Masekela. Miriam Makeba being 7 years older. 7 years older than Hugh Masekela, not 50 years more,
Not
like
70.
you said, not 70 years, like you said earlier. So they had only a 7-year difference between them. And the last one that we have is also a South African couple, Kaya Mthethwa and Ntando Kunene. Kaya Mthethwa is 2 years younger than Untando. You know, so like I said, the one thing that makes noise for me, Afriperi, is personal preference. You know, it's all based on what you want as an individual. You know, and I think we need to start more. I don't know, I could be wrong, and I stand to be corrected. But we need to start perhaps shying away from words like expected. I expect you to bear kids for me if I'm an older guy and you're a younger lady. I think it should be a conversation between a Musi and an Afriperi. And these are some of the things I'm looking for. As a young, nice, good-looking lady, and you know, I'm looking to have a minimum of like 2 or 3 kids. What do you think? I don't know. What do you take from that?
I think for me, that actually sounds nice. It sounds very well crafted.
Yeah.
If I may say, because let's be honest, man. I really do not. I come back to this one. I really do not understand why is it so wrong for women to
want to
date
date
younger
younger.
guys.
Yeah.
It is okay for men to date younger females.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I think it was about last month or late January. There was a picture that was trending on Facebook of a man from
Okay.
marrying a very, very much younger
Girl.
No,
Yeah.
very much, like, it's not even 10-year gap, it's like 12 years.
Okay.
A very, very much more younger girl. And then another one also trended about a Mimi who's also part of like the one of the reality shows that plays on TV.
Okay.
And her man went ahead to go marry somebody way younger than her.
Yeah.
So why is it okay for men to marry
date
younger women?
Yeah.
Yet for us, it is wrong. I mean, that's why most guys pass away from heart attacks. Yeah, you can't handle the youngness.
It's a lot,
It's a lot.
I feel like it's a conversation that will never end ever, you know, because there's quite a few variables and contributing factors that come into play when we start talking about age differences between couples, you know. What is your personal preference? What is society's notion when it comes to age differences between a man and a woman, you know? So we'd love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between as to what you think the thing should be or what you perceive it to be personally, you know. So share your thoughts across all our social media platforms. We go by #Vooka Breakfast Show. What should be the objective age difference between two people who are dating and seeing each other and spending time with it? And we'll see you on the other side of this.
Yeah, definitely, man. Interesting conversation that we are having right here. And I have these two beautiful women right here. I know when I can spark up things, things are going to go bad. But Naledi, when I just want to hear your thoughts, Orena, what do you think? Do you think it should be a woman has to be older than a man, or a man has to be older than a woman?
Guys, remember, this is my own opinion. I'm not offending anyone.
You are
It's
entitled to your own opinion.
Thank you. So, a man must be older than a woman.
Yeah, Jesus.
Angijiki food lab. Yabo.
Well, do age gap relationships last? Couples with an age gap of 1 to 3 years, with the man older than the woman, were the most common and had the greatest levels of satisfaction. Relationship satisfaction decreased slightly for couples with age gaps of 4 to 6 years and continued to decrease for couples with an age gap of 7 or more years.
Oh, but going back to this one, Brahu, I think, man, he didn't understand the lyrics. Sitembela si hamba hanga hamba lahle. Understand? Because she timela when you must be older than the
Femela. That train needs to keep going.
Yes, but now if the train is older than you, what do you mean? Yeah, if the train is older than you, that means when now you are looking at things different, man. You understand? So I think people have different, views onto this, and we respect them.
Yes.
But, mostly for women, man, it's personality disorder. I'm sorry to say that. Wabo, because psychologically, it has been found, man. Hore, sometimes other women, they take the pain that they have had on relationships, and now they feel like these young ones, they don't have experience. So let me just go there and lay my head on top of his chest. I mean, Otomo Kwalamoya, man. He's young. What do you mean? Why do you do those things? So it's different reasons where women find themselves dating young guys. Yeah, but it's not always about good reasons. Trust me. Because now, what will be the one reason for you dating a young guy? What will be? Give me a good, solid reason.
What do you mean a good solid reason? I love
because
it.
you want to control the child. You want to control the child.
Well, you see, that's actually the common reason when there's been some psychological studies is that men are often attracted to younger women because it makes them feel young and powerful.
No, there's no such.
It's true.
No. Mina, okay.
Mbogoto.
No, there's no such.
Hey, men.
For dating
men,
someone
I'm
who's
saying
young.
men are often attracted to younger women because it makes them feel young and powerful. So perhaps for women, it can be the same reason.
Okay, one last question. Musi and Afriperi, young or old? Musi.
Old.
There we go.
I feel like I'm about to expose myself. But honestly, me personally, like Naledi just said, that was her own opinion, a personal opinion. For me personally, I honestly do not agree with older guys dating young. And young can be relative, right? There's no objective age that we can.
You're running away from the question, Musi. You are tiptoeing.
I'm getting to that. Wait,
you are tiptoeing.
We don't want an essay.
Like these young kids say.
We don't want the roundabout. Stop beating around the bush.
I didn't say describe.
Listen,
young
these young
or
kids say.
young
Let
or
me
old?
cook.
It was a question, man.
Let me cook. So I personally don't agree with going, younger. I would slightly go.
Musi, we are not taking your answer.
I would go. No, listen,
Young
I'm giving
or
you the
old?
answer. I would go 5 years older, and if I was to stretch it 7 years, that's it for me.
But you want a cougar.
So no,
You
no.
want a cougar.
No, that's within my age bracket. Do you understand?
Nice.
If I'm 25 and I'm dating a 30-year-old girl, that's not too bad.
Aye.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that's me. That's me. Now, lady says it's a must. The guy must be older.
Yes.
You understand that? So we have different views and opinions when it comes to the age difference within couples, man.
Yeah.
But me, 5-7 years is if I'm stretching it. 5-7 years if I'm stretching it, younger or older. It can be either way. So that's my take on it. So I don't think there's like a objective thing. It's very relative to each person, in
The amount
society.
of explaining that went into a very
Right,
simple
he was
question.
trying so hard
cooking,
not
man, I'm
to.
cooking.
You were twirling. For me, it's
You
older,
were
guys.
tiptoeing.
You want to
me.
go older, African?
I'd go older. I tried young, but no,
It
man.
didn't work out.
I just do not understand their thinking capacity.
So look, here's the other thing more that comes into play. Because we have this thing that we're taught at a very young age. Girls age faster, girls age. I mean, of course, it's been proven
Age faster.
in something, in certain things. in
Mature
certain things.
faster.
I honestly don't agree with this thing or this notion of saying girls mature faster. Ay, banyana ba phapha, man. Banyana ba forward. That's all, that's it. But anyway, like I said, we'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions, man. Mo, let's get back to you, my brother.
Yeah,
Chef,
definitely.
already.
Hey, man, musicians, they are twada.
Yay.
Bruh,
So,
you did the same thing.
Trying to be so diplomatic and
Yeah.
giving and politically correct. No, it's okay. You like you some cougar. And you know
No.
what?
Musi.
An interesting fact that, Musi, an interesting fact that I found out now is that I get it when you're dating, older women are called cougars.
Yeah.
So there's also a name for men who date younger women. It's called a mantha.
What?
Yes. So there's cougars and
eh.
manthas.
It's a mantra.
No,
Well, now you heard
mantha.
wrong.
It's a mantha, like panther,
There's
manther.
nothing like that. You
Yes.
guys create those things, man. You just create those things just
Hey
to
man,
despite
Cougars and Manthas. Shout out to the Cougars and Manthas club there with Musi, who loves the Cougars.
Yeah, but I'm seeing that I'm seeing the you know the distinction and the patterns between Hugh and Musi, because Hugh Masekela was also a musician, right? And he dated Miriam Makeba. 7 years gap. Musi said the same thing.
It has nothing
It's a
to do
trend.
with
It's a jazz thing.
It has nothing to do
Jazz
with
hands.
musicianship. guys.
Apparently does.
This is a personal preference thing, guys. It's a personal preference thing.
trend.
And honestly speaking, 5 years older or younger, like I would go either way. You understand that? And 5 years is okay for me. It's still within 7 years.
So
You're
when
stretching
you
it.
want to be a stepfather?
No, but 7 years.
But you wanna be a
wanna be
stepfather.
a stepfather.
No, man.
7 years. 7 years. But thank you so much, man, for your your take on that. What we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then when we come back, what we're gonna do is just to play some, few clips and videos that are funny, and just to get that ice broken, because it's still in the morning. You're watching your energetic show right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. This is your weather update. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. 3 minutes until we hit 10 o'clock, and it's still a beautiful Tuesday morning where we say Ketom Tanda. Do you still choose yourself or the
I
cougar?
still choose me, man.
Yeah.
I still choose the gorgeous and positive
Yeah.
TC
Wow,
over
wow, wow,
anybody.
Hugo. Yeah. Yeah. Now, lady, are you still with us? Do you still choose your...
Brother B,
Your
yes,
brother
and I
B.
have a reason.
What's the
Yes.
reason, Kanti? Hey, well, now you have so much
Yeah,
to
passionate.
There was
Passion.
Guys,
I
there
love
was this
that.
one time I was sick, ne? Do you see this mark over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like worse. So Brother B once came with fruits. I was still sick, like I was still weak that time.
Did you fall?
No, it's a cluster headache. So yeah, I suffered from cluster headache.
Claustrophobia.
So ngalimala nasekhanda. So
Oh,
Brother B came.
Shout out to Brother B, man.
He came, brought me food, fruits. I remember crying yazi waze wangiduduza ngabashaka.
Nah, it's fine. Be honest. Food.
Food makes you happy.
Yeah, you're not gonna report him.
Okay,
Continue.
after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't think it, I'm choosing him because of that day. He made my day.
Yeah, brother B is such a brotherly person, man.
Yeah.
Such a good man.
Such a cuddly person.
And still, happy belated to him, by the way.
Aish.
You know,
I owe him. Yeah, big time. I owe him. Shem. I owe him.
Definitely, we all owe him. We all owe him.
He knows the power of Ubuntu.
Yakulu.
Okay, he's got what they call Ubuntu.
Ooh, baba.
Brother B has Ubuntu.
All right. As promised, we have those videos for you just to, break the ice and laugh a little bit because,
Yeah.
man, laughter has never killed anyone.
Laughter
Yeah.
is the best medicine.
Laughter is the best medicine. So
Yes.
let us play that video for you and, and see what do we have for us here.
Would you be okay with us going 50-50?
Of course, no problem.
Okay, so we can split the bills, we can split
50-50 and everything.
Yeah.
50-50, you give me 50% your property, 50% your salary, 50% all you own, no problem. And the bill, no problem, I pay 100%.
That's not the way that it works because
This is 50-50 what you told me.
yeah, but I meant like for the rent, like I went for
What
groceries.
rent? You need to buy me an apartment.
Well, yeah, we could discuss about that, but then what about what I'm bringing to the table?
What do you bring to the table?
I will protect you.
I don't need protection, I'm a Russian.
I can provide for you.
Provide, okay, 50% all you have, it's mine.
I meant more so like I can make you laugh. So
Yeah, you do with things you say 50-50, you make me laugh.
It is very interesting, man, with the conversation that they're having because you're like, let's go 50-50.
Hey.
The next thing they mention your assets. You've shot yourself in the food, my brother. Let's go 50-50, my wife.
50-50 of me,
Yeah, my
50-50 of
girlfriend.
you. 50-50 of everything you own.
So I have another one, and then we're going to discuss them later on. Innit? So let me play this one for you. Yo.
dancing or what?
Yeah. I would stop everyone. If it was me getting married. Yeah. Angeke mfethu. Angeke. It is very important, man, to get, your groomsmen. Like, who know how to dance, man. It doesn't mean if you're my friend, you need to be there. I want dancers there, mfethu. You must sharpen the step.
Aye.
You must do 100
Weddings
times.
these days are like a show and tell, man. You need to
What do you
go
call
there.
this, man? Come on. Choreography 0. You just ruined the whole marriage, Pela.
The whole wedding is off
If it's
because
you.
of you. Like now we are sitting here like watching you fumble.
Do you know that 65% of the energy goes to like the step?
Step us out,
65% of the planning. Gadibona the white wedding and every step mfethu. You can't do a white wedding, then the step sucks. For what reasons? Why are we here then? Why are you getting married?
For the
Why
show
are you
and tell.
getting married?
Oh wow.
Why are you getting married? You understand? So step it must be there for you to hire some easy for choreography. Yeah, Sarafina style wise. Understand? We have dancers here in the house. So why wouldn't you hire dancers?
Yeah, for an energetic wedding ceremony.
So I have another one that I want to play right here. Just to get it on full screen. Let me do. Oh, come on. You guys can see what the sound.
Mo, what exactly are you watching?
Yo, man, what I'm watching. I don't know how to describe this, but it's an ass of a pig, right?
They
They've drawn something
of a
right there.
elephant.
And the sounds obviously it's making, it's like it's choking. You know, you hear those sounds, like it. You hear those sounds. So, a very interesting one, man. Very interesting one. But the one that stands out for me, guys, just step, man. Just step. Are you guys still with me right there? I just want to ask you one question. Guys, how important it is to plan for like the, what do you call this thing? Steps, Alenyano.
I'll tell you, my brother, I've always told my friends and everyone just that I come across and we start, having the discussion of marriage and the wedding day. You understand? I'm no dancer myself. I'm no professional dancer. But the lady that I'm one day going to get married to, better bring her A game. Because if King Wanyano says, understand? I'm one of those people who doesn't have two left feet. I can hold down my own feet. Yesterday, man, I can hold down my own. So the girl that I'm going to get married to.
Please show us something, right?
Later on,
space, man.
I need to cook, man. Give me 25-year-old. I need to cook. I need to start cooking. And I can't just randomly out of the blue.
They put you on the spot right there.
I agree with you, Mo, man. Before let's start about the song. Guys, like what's happening in Kamanyalo? Like, who choreographed this? Like, what was the creative thinking behind wearing pink and white and then having them sit on the knees? What's a halang, guys? No.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Mo, what in the straw mace is that?
I don't know, man. I think we really need to put in a huge amount of creativity and elegance, man.
Elegance according to whom, Mosi?
Elegance according to, I don't know.
But it makes no sense though. And then they said the girl sat on top of the guy's leg.
Yeah.
On his lap. And then for me, you know what I saw? Rockabye, baby, rockabye. I just literally saw a mom or a granny rocking a kid.
Yeah, a lullaby.
But what in the straw mace is that?
Yeah, man. So I'm not too sure about that.
He's straw mace.
You can't even see the person singing. Even the you see there's like a guy wearing a white blazer, like all white. I bet that's the groom. He was shocked for his life.
No, man. This is a full refund, Vit. I don't want to lie.
Even the kids are shocked in the video. They just standing there looking. They're like, what's happening?
What's happening? What's going on?
What's happening here?
Yeah.
But
So I don't know about that one more. I honestly don't agree with it, my brother.
let me do this once again and play the video, man. Because come on, guys, this is a national issue here.
You are a national issue, oh brother. Hey man, look at that style. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them, bruh. The moves. Yeah, the aim is not to sweat.
Slow motion.
It's to take it slowly. Take your time, girl. Yes. Yeah, look at all the care in every move.
The song stands out for me. The song stands out
The
for me.
care in every move, man.
And I'm definitely sure after they're done, they are going home. There's no way those people are going to sit at the table.
Hey, man. The stars
Angeke.
of that wedding. They are the
Angeke.
stars, Shem.
No,
They made that wedding.
Yeah, they did. And with that pink and white.
Oh, and I love it. I love it. The move, the motion, man.
The swaying back and forth.
It's the slowness, taking it nice and slow.
Wow.
Definitely, man. 7 minutes past 10, we are in the show. So what I'm going to do right now is to give you top of the hour news headlines recap. And then when we come back, we're going to be looking at what's in store for us on the public affairs. So let us take a quick break. And these are your news headlines coming after. And this is your weather update right now.
Fuck. Background. Fuck. Mosia Pima. All right, once again, good morning, Mzansi. My name is Mwiketi Maimane, and these are the news headlines that you missed. Police battling drug trafficking, cybercrime, and car theft. Police face major challenges with drug smuggling, SUV thefts, and cyber crimes, making it hard to fight transnational crime. National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola highlighted the sophistication of criminals using methods like cryptocurrency, laundering, deepfake technology, and encrypted communication. Masemola emphasized the necessity of international cooperation and unwavering responses as criminals exploit jurisdictional gaps, weak regulation, and corruption. Speaking at a strategic session in Pretoria, he urged decisive, collaborative, and innovative action to combat the growing complexity and staggering scale of these crimes. On the next headline, officials clamp down on illegal and non-complying spaza shop. We will enforce the law to the fullest. These are tough words for illegal shop operators in Nelson Mandela Bay from the mayoral committee member of the public health. The Metro Police, SAPS, and Border Management Authority were hard at work on Sunday night cracking down a non-compliant spaza shop and taverns. The last headliner for the day is Eastern Cape healthcare sector in shambles. The healthcare in Eastern Cape is on the verge of collapse. Financial problems faced by the provincial government are to blame for the poor state of healthcare provision. Services had to be downgraded from hospitals to clinics, but the department is refuting these claims. Ngamakwe Hospital has been described as a death trap as residents say it does not inspire confidence. That's all from the news headline. Now, heading on to the sports news. Benny McCarthy, former Bafana striker, is the new head coach of Kenya, as announced by the Football Kenya Federation. McCarthy previously served as a first-team coach at Manchester United. He will be joined by Vasily Manusaki, an assistant coach, and Monib Joseph as the goalkeeping coach, and also Pilela Mabosa, the performance analyst. The FKF president Hussein Mohammed stated McCarthy was the right person for the job. Now, on women's rugby, Bok Women's 7 stormed into Challenger semi-finals with unbeaten run. The Springboks Women's 7 topped Pool A at the World Rugby HSBC Challenger in Cape Town, beating Hong Kong, China 36-0 and Czechia 26-0. They will face Kenya in the semi-finals on Sunday. South Africa's victories showed strong early form, promising a good performance in the semi-finals. On football news, Manchester City Rodri back at training after ACL injury. The Ballon d'Or winner Rodri has returned to individual training with Manchester City after an ACL injury in September. Initially expected to miss the rest of the season, Rodri is seen participating in drills aiming to return to the Club World Cup on June 18th. His absence has impacted City, who has now 20 points behind Liverpool and out of the Champions League. Guardiola emphasizes cautions in Rodri's recovery. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more news, updates, analysis throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Mwiketi Maimane, and now we are heading to traffic with Musi.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes.
Wow.
You wish it was you. Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my TC7 on Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Banelin Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, you stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the streets.
Of course, we've got TCO Vooka with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information. So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
We're gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka breakfast show.
Yes, sir.
Asante ya three.
'Good morning, Mzansi. This is your latest traffic update. Stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound in Benoni before the Atlas Road off-ramp. One of 4 lanes is closed. Still in traffic news, a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound in Benoni after the Putfontein off-ramp emergency lane is closed. There's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound in Centurion at Nigel Avenue. The emergency lane from Nigel Drive M9 on the R50 is closed. There's congestion on the N1 southbound in Midrand before the Olifantsfontein Road off-ramp on the R562. In other traffic news, there's congestion on the N4 westbound in Pretoria at the Proof Plus interchange. The ramp from Watermeer Street on the M14 is affected. Do stay tuned in for the rest of the Vooka Breakfast Show as we still give you much that you can look forward to. The hashtag to use across all our social media platforms is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
19 minutes past 10, and those were your news headlines recap and your sports headline recap. And also, thanks to Musi for the traffic update. We hope that you guys are right there at home, and if you are driving, you are safe on the road. So, what you're gonna do right now is quickly move to the next segment, which is the public affairs. You know that the affairs that we have, they actually, have a very huge impact on our lives. Not lives, but everyday life. Right. So right now with me here, I'm just gonna, I want to discuss this thing with you, which is Mbalula call for focus while announcing the ANC Gauteng task team. We know that, the PEC, Provincial Executive Committee, has been disembodied. So now they have called on to a new task team to come and make sure that they work for the Gauteng province. 2024 elections, in provincial and national, ANC failed to get majority votes. So that called for the poor performances in those provinces, especially KwaZulu-Natal and ANC are the provinces that hold much of the population and much of the voters for the party. So The Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula, took it into stand, and he said we need to have a task team. That's when Amos Masondo was brought forward, the ANC veteran, to lead, and Panyaza Lisuvi as the convener. Right, we know that Gauteng is an economic hub. It is a province that when it comes to your economics, it's a hub and needs to be protected as much as the resources and it's velocity of making sure that everything that is being done necessary, it's called upon, right? We know that in terms of the performance, ANC people have complained. But I don't know, I just want a different view and opinion from you guys, because what I'm seeing a party that is trying to gather its strength back and make sure that they are for the people, because the move that they have made in terms of restructuring Gauteng, for me, it's a big move. And calling on a task team and disembodying the PEC, Provincial Executive Committee, because a lot was not, going okay there. So do you think it is an effort to bring back the voters, or it is an effort to make sure that, Gauteng gets back to where it belongs?
Doubtful.
It's voter.
Doubtful.
They're trying to win voter favor, bruh.
It's what's the word I'm looking for, TC? It's a lot of, but no, it's completely not necessarily based on working for the people. They've failed. They've dismally failed, guys. They had 30 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still a very young democracy. We understand that. But they had 30 years to try and move in the right way that will be beneficial for the greater good of the republic. And they failed dismally. So this is not, based on trying to work for the people, but based on personal gain for themselves. And personal gain would be, gathering all these votes that they've been losing for the past elections.
In power.
Yeah, that's because you literally saw all these people who are in government offices and working for the public for government, basically for the ANC. They were crying, Chief. They were literally crying. On the news, on social media, we saw them. They were seeing, guys, this is the end. All these monies that were taken from the people. Because we've been losing. And every election, every 4 years or every 2 years when elections come around, they see they've been losing in turning. They've been losing voters. One understand that people have been shying away from the ANC as the years have been going by. But nothing is changing with them. Nothing is changing. The last time I mentioned it, the ANC is a reflection of what it used to be then.
Yeah.
They are a reflection now. They're a shadow of their own selves. One understand. So after 30 years, you're still doing the same thing. We're eventually going to move away.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the thing that Fikile Mbalula are trying to do now, disembodying the PEC and trying to come up with task teams as if you'll be able to get it right now. Kari last minute. It's too late. It's too late, man. People are tired. People are aggravated. People are frustrated. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And if it was based on being motivated, yes, that's the word I was looking for. If it was based on being motivated for working for the greater good, then maybe we'd be talking a different story. But unfortunately, it's not. One couldn't absolutely argue it and bring proof from previous years. You've once said this. Did you achieve this? You once said you were going to do this. Did you achieve it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm sorry, but I feel like the Republic has gotten to a point where lot promises like
those promises they keep making, they end
we
up
know that you're not going to fulfill them.
Empty.
Yeah.
And bringing in task forces and changing people.
Yeah.
You just rotating the same kind of people just to be fronts for behind the scenes who are for the people who are actually controlling things and who are actually in power. So maybe we just need to actually change the whole thing. Scrap it and change the whole Dang.
I mean, personally, don't get me wrong, ne, because we understand as citizens, we are concerned about the leadership that we're seeing. So them bringing this task team forward is them saying we are restructuring and we are looking forward to bringing you the task team that is going to help the
But
citizens.
what's the motivation?
Right? So what I want to come back to what you said, about Fikile Mbalula, because he admitted that ANC is facing an existential,
crisis.
Yes,
Definitely.
crisis. Right?
Definitely.
So ANC, it's not falling into the right place as they need. Now headed to the local government polls. So the problem is the members of the ANC are going out to the public and they're battling the public to get the votes. So Secretary is like, no, guys, that, has happened and we have seen how it pans out. When you get the votes, a lot of things, a lot of responsibilities are going to come before you. And now when you have to present them to people, it's going to, cause more problems. We have seen in the last 30 years what ANC has done for the majority of the people. We have to ask ourselves, why are they still here? So the question will be, should we actually declare the party non-existential, or should we now, invite new leaders, new veterans to lead the party and bring on new leadership into the table?
Not veterans. You see, here's what happened with the ANC, right? And this is just my personal perspective and outlook on it. So the ANC during the struggle, right, or during the apartheid era, was at the forefront of the struggle
yes.
and of the fight, right? And what happened is, or what occurred during that time was that a huge majority or a large majority of the leadership at the time were scholars. These were people who were lawyers, teachers, professors, understand, scholars, people who are well clued up on the situation. And what's the word I'm forgetting all of these words that I want to use, but they were well-educated individuals, well-read up men, women, well-informed, well-knowledgeable. So they were at the forefront at the time because they were in their younger years. So Bomandela and the generation L that was at the forefront of the struggle, fighting against the struggle and to liberate the people of South Africa. But right? And so years went by. We know some of them went to prison, like Bomandela. Some of them went into exile, right? And it took years for them to be able to come back and continue the struggle. So what happened is the leadership or the people that started coming in now were not following in their footsteps in terms of equipping themselves with the necessary knowledge. You understand? Mo is fiddling over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you get what I'm trying to say? So it started becoming the thing. These young guys that are coming in now, the new generation that are starting to come in, were not as well read up, well knowledgeable, and well educated as leadership Elia Mandela, right? Yeah. And so when apartheid was abolished officially and we heard the first democratic elections, the leadership that came when ANC was into power was no longer the one that was well educated. And now is our time. We understand. And so all these officials that were in power were now wanting to benefit themselves. It was no longer about the greater good of the republic in its entirety. That's why the ANC now is a shadow of its former self, man. Because the leadership, most of them came into these positions. True. Motu appointed as a MEC of what, or minister of what. But you don't know what comes with being with that appointment of that position. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's sad because the people that suffer the consequences is the people of the republic, the individuals of the republic.
Someone once said to me that one president that we had that was actually for the people and actually steering somewhat this country in the
right
position
direction,
was Thabo Mbeki.
Absolutely, I agree completely.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
No. You know, Pela, now I'm coming from a point of instead of criticizing them, let us give them, you know, that token of appreciation of what they have been doing. Because we can argue that most of the projects that have been there, they have helped half of the South African. As we saw the National Executive Committee, they have, you know, taken the strategic plan to reconfigure the provincial structure, because that is what is important. The provincial structure, if it is fixed and make sure that the people who are in the task team, they bring in the right information that can be brought to people, because we know they always say, you know, the veterans have the better information of what South Africa deserves. Because Fikile said himself, this question of is ANC, you know, who will be the future of, you know, South Africa in the ANC? It's a question that will be answered in the years coming. You can't answer it now and say in the next 30 years, ANC will still be doing the same thing.
It's arguable, Mo. It's arguable and it's debatable. One understand, because like to respond to your question, should we bring in new guys, these younger guys who are starting out in politics and coming in, or should we refer to the veterans? I already veteran. Because these are but those are the people, that's the generation I'm referring to. I get it. This is the generation that came after the people who are at the forefront of the struggle. It's a generation that came in with lack of knowledge, or the lack of substantiated knowledge and education that would lead the country in the right direction. After 95, after the TRC had been completed and all of those things, these were people that we know what hunger does and we know what struggle does. One understand that. So, for the most part, I'm not saying all of them, because it would be very unfair to say Bobo. But for the most part, it was a very individualistic greed that came into play, that we saw coming into play, especially in the early 2000s. When they were starting out, and all these acts were being abolished and new ones were formulated for mostly the black society, because by the white minority during apartheid. You understand?
But we're still not better off, though.
Exactly.
We are still not better off than the white South Africans in our country. We are still worse off.
It's debatable, Khore. In the next 30 years, we can argue it extensively so, and with substantiated evidence from the past 30 years. Guys, got 30 years veteran, because the veterans, they are the ones 30 years ago who were at the forefront. Get on any veterans, all these old men and women in parliament who are in their 60s, 70s. Discuss the issues very serious issues that pertain to the greater good of the republic. In fact, you are sick, go play golf, man. Go play golf somewhere. Go enjoy your time with your grandkids.
Go be in retirement, man.
Exactly.
Go to a retirement home.
And the other thing is that these people are not educating themselves. They're not equipping themselves with the necessary information and knowledge that is pertaining to what is happening in society and in the world now. Currently, today, one understand. FF Plus is affirming what in turning the AfriForum did. They're saying, yeah, Velo, go that side. Go seek for help from President Trump's administration. It's right, Velo, white black people. Knowledge, the noise that I spoke about, Trump is receiving noise in his ears that is irrelevant, and it's something that's not happening on the ground in South Africa, because they are changing or trying to shift the narrative to suit white nationalism, saying black people are trying to take land from us. Yeah, we're feeling unsafe in South Africa. That's what it sounds like clearly to Trump.
True.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's not what's happening. So as to bringing in veterans to come and save what is left of ANC, I'm not sure. Honestly speaking, I'm somewhat against it, and we need new blood. We need new blood in Parliament. We need fresh ideas, young people who are going to work for the greater good of the Republic. And man, hopefully in the next 30 years, South Africa will see change and being better than what it is now.
Oh, I am seeing the concerned citizens, but I think the power is in Gauteng.
We are concerned, Mo. You should be too.
No, I am concerned. I am concerned because what I'm concerned with is Gauteng. We know that Gauteng hold, immense political significance.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
that's true.
So when people are coming in Gauteng, we need to make sure that the province is actually structured in a point that now it becomes the real economic hub. That's what we need to focus on. So now I have hope in this task team, guys.
Let's see. I
Viva.
mean, at the end of the day, it's about results, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we want to see the results of this task team that they're putting together in order to instill the confidence. Because
Yes,
right now
TC.
they haven't given us
They're
the
lacking the
confidence.
yeah.
So now when the results show, then the confidence will be reinstilled. So
Think of it like this, Mo, the boy who cried wolf. Think of the boy who cried wolf. He said it the first time around, the second time around, the third time around, when it was actually happening. But we're like, when we dlala ka rona wena? When we thinking research re tla bona ka yone wolf e le mo yana.
Yes.
Because o dlalile ka rona for so long,
Yeah.
and we were right there with you, trying to assist and help you. So this is the lack of confidence that the greater people of the republic have in leadership ya rona, those who are in leadership in all these positions. So se re tla bona ka results, man, and maybe it's not certain how they'll gain our confidence back. Maybe we'll see with the results, man. So yeah.
I mean, kudos, man, to the 7th administration and good luck with the whole GNU thing. I have hope in it. But on YouTube, I have Legacy Music. It's never too late, Musi. We may not enjoy the South Africa we dream of
Yeah.
in our lifetime, but change will come. Nature is the best teacher of life. Winter always comes, some harsher than others.
Yeah, I mean, I hear
Understand?
you. I hear you.
Viva.
Viva.
Afro Wave sounds. Morning, Vooka team. In my opinion, the ANC ended after Zuma. South Africa needs fresh blood, honestly.
Definitely.
We need the youth to be in those seats. These old people are dragging the country down to
Definitely.
the pits.
Definitely.
yeah, but I mean, I saw youth, like on Sunday when we had the UJ youth. Man, guys, if you guys give the youth something to do that they are quite passionate in, they can be so efficient.
Yeah, they produce results.
They produce
Yeah,
results.
for days.
I saw it with my own two eyes. I work with youth. So at the end of the day, dude, just give people a chance.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Get the new ideas, get new strategies. The world is going in a new direction.
Definitely,
So
TC.
get those visionaries
Yeah.
and those people who want to see a better world and a more advanced world. Give them a chance. Let those voices be heard. Let those visions be seen
Yeah.
and realized and come to fruition
Yeah.
so that it can be to the benefit of everyone
Yeah.
who is still to be raised in this lifetime.
Because you know what the unfortunate thing is, Mo? Maybe this is something that most of us in society, especially in our age groups, are not aware of. We are still suffering from, the I don't want to say results, but what is the equivalent word? What's the other word?
The legacy.
No, I mean, for lack of a better word, I'm forgetting all of these words because there's so much happening in my mind right now. But one can argue and debate, generation ya rona, we are still suffering from dilo tse di etsagetseng
In the past.
in the past.
Imagine,
To this
right?
day,
Imagine.
the fight that our grandparents and our parents
Sure.
fought during the struggle. My mother used to talk about this, the story of 1976. She was a high schooler back then. I can Momo, what's that famous school? Momo Chabavu. Maurice Isaacson.
So, yeah.
Yeah, she used to go to school there, and then my aunt used to go Deep Kloof in some school. But they were youth,
Yeah.
in the 70s. They were still in their teenage years, late teenage years. So we are still suffering from the things that happened then, because the South Africa that we should actually be living in Rona now should be the benefits of conquering the struggle back then. But Rona was still suffering from it.
Dude, we still-
And it's testament to like 10 plus minus years ago when Busisiwe Mkhwebana, that girl who on Thandi Somazwai's song, Chigichela, our children and our great-grandchildren, there's like a voice behind echoing. Yeah, that girl was at the forefront of the FISMAS for a movement 10 years ago. She was, I think, 2-3 years grades ahead of me in high school. So we're still suffering from the things that happened in Agwele, and we are the ones who should be benefiting and living in this new age South Africa. our parents and our grandparents fought for back then. But I promise you, people who will enjoy the results and the benefits, chances are going to be our grandchildren. Not even our children are going to enjoy. I promise you. Not even our children. Rieka, being in the late 20s, 30 years, not even our children are going to enjoy. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I could be wrong and I stand to be corrected. But all those who are commenting down in our comment section.
Yes.
And engage with us. Share your thoughts and your opinions. We'd love to hear from you. The hashtag is Vooka Breakfast Show.
Zinzi Elizabeth, morning, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We as young generation are suffering under this leadership, and it's concerning when we think how it will further impact our kids. Change is uncomfortable, but it's needed.
Necessary, yeah.
And then in the last words of Panyaza Lisufi, he said, I don't think the ANC would do so if they did not think we were capable. That's when they introduced the task team, right? To me, it is refreshing, exciting, but most importantly, it overstretches our capabilities so that we can be in a position to respond to all the issues our SG has just outlined. Viva.
We'll see. We'll see. Get the results like TC said.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's all from your public affairs. So comment down below. As Musi said, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. Right now, what we're going to do is to take a short break and play a game called Fill In the Missing Word.
Very exciting.
Did you guys do that in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, Brad.
Okay.
Mo.
All right, so let us take a short break. This is your weather update, and then we play the game. Welcome back. You're still watching Vooka Breakfast Show with me, Mweketi Maimane, aka Max for Maximum Temperature, son of Mother Nature. The other one get like it like a fail. But yeah, welcome to
generator. Aye, man. We'll finish it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last segment in which we call it the Vooka Game Corner. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
As ready as we can be.
Definitely, as you know, every time when you conclude, we play games just to test your general knowledge into knowing what is happening around. Yeah? Understand that we are here to test your knowledge, right? I have 10 questions here, right? 5 for you and 5 for Musi.
Okay.
Right, and you guys are going to be battling each other. You know, make sure you get it. I need your devices to be off, guys. I need your devices to be off. I know your tactics, Sipel. Right? So we have TC Wawamazibugo against the one and only Musi Mr. On fill in the missing word or answer.
It's off.
Right. What I'm gonna do right now is to start with TC. You have 5 questions, right? I'm going to read the statement where now you're going to give me the correct answer.
Okay.
Right? Let's go. The first statement is the South African astronomer who discovered the first known radio pulsar in 1967 was?
Is this fill in the missing word? Oh my word.
It's not multiple choice.
Oh my gosh.
No, can I
the
just
South African astronomer who discovered the first known radio pulsar in 1967 was?
I do not know.
Just guess. No astronomer.
Astronomer.
Yeah, when you heard astronomer, what comes to your mind?
In
SA. In SA.
Yo, I don't know.
I don't think
Galileo.
I don't think a whole lot of us have learned about South African astronomers.
Astronomers. No, I do not know one.
TC. The second one, the name of the African National Congress armed wing, which was formed in 1961, is?
Jeez, I feel like, you know what? I don't want to play this game.
Okay, I'll write the answers and then I'll show them at the end.
Okay. Let's do this.
No, it's fine. Give her a 5 and give me my 5. And then when it comes to my 5, I'll respond, but I'll write the one.
The name of the African National Congress armed wing, which was formed in 1961, is? You don't know. Okay, by the... Exactly. That is the correct answer. But I think you saw it somewhere.
No, I didn't.
The first one was Nicholson. Okay. That's the astronomer.
Oh, I didn't.
And then number 3, the famous South African novel that explores the complexities of apartheid and won the Booker Prize in 1983 is titled?
It won.
Yeah.
I don't know. Long Walk to Freedom.
It won the Booker Prize in 1983. The famous South African novel that explores the complexities of apartheid.
I probably haven't read it. See.
Is it not Cry Me a Beloved Country?
Yeah.
Is it not Cry Me a Beloved?
Life and Times of Michael K.
Yeah.
Number 4, the South African government established in 1995 to investigate human rights abuse during apartheid.
TRC.
Yeah. That's 2 for Mazibuko. The last one is the name of the ship arrived in Table Bay in 1652, marking the beginning of European settlement in South Africa is?
A ship or...
The ship that arrived in Table Bay in 1652.
Oh, no, I don't know. I only
Let's
know
go.
the man.
Let's go.
I don't know. Only know the man.
Who's the man? The captain?
Yeah.
You were dating him?
Nope.
Who's the
stupid
man? Your answer.
Who's the
I
man?
don't know.
Who's the man?
I don't know.
Who's the man, TC? Sorry?
Jan van Riebeck.
Yeah.
The name of the ship was Dromedaries.
You see, why would I know the ship?
Okay,
I just know
I've
the
heard
man.
of that.
All right, that was TC. You got 2 out of 5. Now, Musi, you are up next. For you to win, you need to guess and have 3 answers correct. And you're going to walk away with the prize of a motivation.
Whatever. I didn't get my prize last week Friday. I started Tepa more Vooka lona.
We're gonna give
But I
you
doubt
a
I'm gonna get
motivation.
one. Like these aren't filling the missing word.
Bruh. Okay, the first one is the South African artist who created the iconic painting The Cleaning Field in 1880 is?
I don't know.
Like, general knowledge.
Guys, simple questions like this.
Wow.
Oh, wow, sir. As if you knew.
You are disappointing me.
Who was it?
Thomas Baines, man. You don't know Thomas Baines.
Wow.
How?
Hey,
Okay.
Mo, where was Thomas Baines born?
Eh?
Where was Thomas Baines born?
In here in SA. Optimistic.
In here.
Right.
Okay, let's move on.
The
Number
next
2.
one is the name of the African language that is spoken by the majority of people in the Eastern Cape province is.
isiXhosa.
Your answer is correct.
The anticipation making you think that you're wrong.
isiXhosa.
And then the other one is the South African-born chemist who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2002 for his work on the structure of the biological molecule is.
We spoke about this person the last time. I'm forgetting the name.
Our
Okay.
memory.
I forgot the name, but we spoke about him the last time.
Oh.
We need to invest more in brain health.
The answer is Alan McDiarmid.
Yeah.
Right.
We spoke about him in one of the games.
The last 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
These are the decider. If you get this one wrong, TC walks away with a motivation for the day. Right.
Okay.
The second last answer is the name of the South African anti-apartheid activist who was assassinated in 1977 is.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, my bro. Come on, my brother. The one and only. Black consciousness. Come on, man.
Oh, what
Come
a
on,
signature.
man.
What
Black
a signature.
consciousness.
2-2.
I feel like I felt this when I was putting this shirt on this morning. You know, come on, man.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Alignment.
I'm
You
not-
are aligned.
Yes,
I mean,
man. Yes, man.
Yes, sir. The one and only Steve Biko, man. Yeah.
All right, so you
We are tied.
have two.
TC has 2, and I
So
have one
now-
more to go. So this is the deciding.
Tiebreaker.
No, I have one more question.
I guess.
I have one
Musi
more
has
question.
one more question.
And if I get this right, I won. But if I get it wrong, we're tied, and maybe
You
we
are
might need a tiebreaker. Okay.
We're tied, right? The last question is the South African-born writer who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1991 for his novels that explored the complexity of apartheid is.
Oh, no. Who is this guy? What's the name of that person? I'm forgetting these names, man, and we spoke about them last.
Memory.
I forgot. You know when you don't
We
commit
need to
something
work
memory.
on our memory.
Okay, I forgot the name more. Please enlighten us.
The answer is Nadine Gordimer.
Okay,
All right.
tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
So
I have
the first person who shouts their name first is the one who'll get to answer. Fair.
Okay.
TC?
Okay.
Because we don't have a buzzer. I guess. Yeah.
Here's your last question of the quiz. What is the name of the famous hiking trail that spans over 3,500 kilometers from Georgia to Maine in the United States? A. Appalachian Trail. B. Pacific Crest Trail. C. Continental Divide Trail. C. John Muir Trail.
Please repeat the answer again. You went through that very quickly.
What is the name of the famous hiking trail that spans over 3,500 kilometers from Georgia to Maine in the United States?
From Georgia to Maine.
From Georgia to Maine.
Okay.
A is the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
B. Pacific Crest Trail. C. Continental Divide
Musi.
Trail. D. Musi. C. The correct answer is. You are incorrect.
Okay.
TC, I'm going to give you the chance to guess between A, B,
And can we take note of what was happening behind the
ABD.
camera before she responds?
What happened?
He just shouted
okay,
things.
you choose.
I'm just gonna say A because
Wow.
appellation sounds familiar.
The correct answer is
Probably not
A, Appalachian Trail.
Wow.
Shout out to
Look
TC
at that.
Gamazibugo. The Appalachian Trail is the continuous footpath that spans over 3,500 kilometers, 2,190 miles from Springer Mountain into Georgia to Mount Cartan in Maine.
The only reason I guessed that one is because in most American movies you hear about the Appalachian Tonton. That word, I've heard it in American
I've
movies.
watched a lot of movies. I've never heard of the
Appalachian.
Appalachian Trail. I've never, honestly, Appalachian Trail. And I'm trying to think from Georgia to Maine, because Georgia's in the south of, if memory still serves well, of America. So anyway, but we learn everything.
We
so
learn
it means
every
Yeah,
day. That's why we
definitely.
have the
To go
Vooka
back
Breakfast Show, man.
Congratulations, TC. And
what's
your
my
prize,
motivational,
is persevere.
Bambelela.
You must persevere through
Uzo
difficult
bambele.
moments. Thank you so much. You are our winner for today. Yeah. 6 minutes till we hit 11 o'clock. That's where we say goodbye to you. We are going to see you tomorrow. 7 a.m. up until 10 a.m. is the Vooka Breakfast Show. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for those who have tuned in until the end of the show. Your support means a lot to us right here. Radzilani, Legacy Music, Afro Wave Sounds, Zinzi Elizabeth, Rifile Rase Khanso, Itumeleng Diale. Thank you so much, guys. Hashtag Sivugile, hashtag we are here. Right? We've got more for you tomorrow. It's Wednesday. We're going to have a segment that speaks to knowing your rights.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Have you guys been practicing your rights recently? Just go to a Makudeng. I have a right to ask.
So abuse.
I have a right to ask.
We spoke about it last week. You need not abuse your rights as an individual in society, guys.
Be that guy.
Like I said last week, and we're going to get a bit more into it tomorrow again. Like I said, we need to be aware that all these rights that we have and we think that we're entitled to are accompanied by responsibilities.
They come.
So, of course, we'll get into that tomorrow morning. So, with that being said, man, this was your Tuesday morning, breakfast show right here, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Hanging out with myself, of course, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I'm actually an international musician all the way from, Dop Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Professor Kloof, man. And this is what we do right here on Vooka Breakfast Show, giving you all great information, great knowledge, and amazing things, man. So, till tomorrow morning, I'll see you and stay safe.
TC, go.
Exactly. You guys have been live with us from 7 a.m. We are the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And my name has been TC Gamazibugo Shabalala, your prime cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. Do not forget to hit that subscribe and set your notifications so you can catch us tomorrow morning when we come back to give you a boost with an energetic start to your morning. So from me, the Prime Cut Creative and the positivity dose of the day, I am saying sayonara, bye-bye, sizoni bonaksasa.
And from me, Moketi Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. Generator, vibrator. I am going to see you tomorrow right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Have a very beautiful day ahead of you. It's Tuesday. Choose Masketela, choose yourself, choose your loved ones. It is going to be beneficial for you.
And for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tuntun. Imnandi mamya mama mshopilek teka teken pot marloko famana meweta komagatle. Yeso mani.
Hi guys, my name is Naledi Angela, the lady Matatong. Saling simple, baratwalaka.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Professor Kloof, I'm out here. My name is Musi Mist. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Banel Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to you live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TC Owamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Yes,
I'm gonna give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes,